I got a message the other day saying, Bob, you should wear like a scent outfit or something for the Donda reaction. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, I got a hat. And I was like, oh, I'll put on. I don't wear like, this is just like the anti-glare stuff. I don't think I'm gonna keep the glasses. I wanted to have them on to show just how much of a like a music reacting Santa cosplay I could pull off. Because honestly, this pretty good look for me. I'll keep the hat. I'm gonna lose the glasses. Yeah. Merry Christmas to those of you who enjoy the holiday. It is the 27th of December, so we're a couple days after Christmas. And here we are with Donda. Finally sitting down with Donda. It's been a long, substantially delayed road going through Kanye's discography. For the Kanye fans who saw my video back, March already? It's been a while, where I said I'm kind of done with Kanye for a while because of all of his antics. Here we are. I apologize for the delay. I hope you can understand why I had to take a break. Basically, I just need to get it away. I needed to get away from everything Kanye because I knew I did not have an open mind. And with these types of things, in my opinion, I mean, unless the people are faking it, if you're going to come into music and try and experience it for the first time, you got to have an open mind. That's like the foundational piece. If you already have this negative opinion about the person, or you've got this bias going into the album, I honestly don't know why you would do something like this. So that's why I took the break. Now I feel much better. I did Jesus is King a couple months ago, I think now it's been. I enjoyed that album. I thought that album was pretty good. I understand why people are not into it, but I thought the album was really good. Like all of the religious themes, I can see people probably get sick of that, but musically I thought it was pretty damn good. Yay, I'm not into Yay. So there's some of the disparity. In my opinion, Life of Pablo is Kanye's best album overall, like as a cohesive project. I think that's his best one. With Donda, there's lots of debate over the track listing and what I'm supposed to listen to. So here's what I have. This has been the general consensus so far, the most agreed upon way to approach Donda. So it's the original track listing of Donda, just untouched, 1 through 22, all the way through, track 23. So through No Child Left Behind is the original track listing, keep it that way. Dropping all of the part twos. Now, there's been some debate there, but it doesn't matter. That was kind of fringe. The general consensus was get rid of all of the part twos and then add in Never Abandon Your Family, Up From the Ashes, and Life of the Party. So those are the 3 tracks that are from the deluxe that I'm weaving into this reaction playlist. The Life of the Party version is the single version, so it's the non-censored version. That gives us 26 tracks, an hour and 38-minute runtime. I'm already sweating from the hat, so I'm ditching the hat as well. Christmas is over. Christmas is over. So that's what I'm listening to. If you disagree with that, you just got to live with it. I'm sorry. That's all there is to it. Also, I'm not going to do any music video reactions today. If you're on Patreon and you want me to sit down with some music videos, if you feel like they're important to the album, the artistic expression of the album, meaning I don't really want to watch a video where it's him in front of some cars and like I don't give a shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's kind of like the standard stereotypical cliche music video. If there's something artistic that drives home ideas from this album, on Patreon, please post that. I'll check it out, and I got time tomorrow. I could do a couple of music video reactions. That's just Patreon only, obviously. Patreon's $2, uncut, no ads, music video reactions, so on. I've been sick. I was sick over Christmas vacation, over Christmas. So Christmas, like the day before Christmas Eve, Christmas. Yesterday, I finally started feeling back to normal. I feel pretty good today, honestly. Still blowing my nose, still kind of clearing my throat. I'll keep that to a minimum. I'll try to mute my mic and so on. And that's about it. Going into Donda, I really don't know. I know it's about his mom. I didn't look up. I actually meant to. I forgot. But I hit the record button, and I'm 5 minutes in, so here we go. I meant to kind of look up where Kanye was in his life in terms of Kim Kardashian, but I don't know. Let's just let the album speak for itself. And that's really another reason. There's two reasons why I don't want to do music video reactions today. One, it's a long run time. But also, sometimes certain artists, Kanye being one of them, they're pretty good at letting the music speak for itself. So let's get into it. Track one's called Donda Chant. Producers Selena Johnson. It's only 50 seconds, so I think I'll just let that roll right into track two, which is Jail, which has Jay-Z on it, a bunch of producers, Evax, Kanye West, Sean Solomar, Mike Dean's in there, 88 Keys, Oja Volta, Dim Joints. So a bunch of producers on that. Drop it in. Track one, Donda Chant, finally listening to Donda.
Donda, Donda, Donda. Donda, 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 Donda.
And I know this is his mother's name.
Donda, Donda. Donda, 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 Donda. Donda, 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 Donda. Donda, 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 Donda. Donda. Donda.
It's almost like a drum beat.
Donda. Donda, 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 Donda.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Jaws theme song too.
Donda, 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 Donda.
Oh wow. Wow. I didn't expect that at all.
Take everything. Take what you want.
Take what you want, take everything. God, that sounds familiar.
Take what you want, that I change.
Anyway.
My number so you can explain.
Ha. I like the crunchiness. Wow, wow.
Balance in love. Price. Price. Do you have any price? Well, that one time, I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Ha.
We are liars. Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Trippy.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Like, I like the sound, but you know, when I walk into an album of Kanye West and it's about his mom or dedicated to his mom or whatever, like, you know, you got to start somewhere, right? And so I didn't know where it was going to start. And this is where we're starting, and it's just not what I expected. Nothing bad, nothing good. Actually, it's good. I'm enjoying it, but I'm very curious already to see where all of this goes.
Gotta go post my bell tonight. Don't you curse at me on text. Why you try to hit the flex? I hold up like what? I scroll up like next. Guess who's getting next? Lord next. Guess who's getting next?
Ha.
I'll be honest. We are liars. I'm pulled over.
Ha.
And I got priors. Guess we going jail. Guess who's going to jail? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Gotta go post my bell tonight.
Here comes Jay-Z.
God in my cells, that's my celly. Made in the image of God, that's a selfie. Throne, Hova, and Jesus, like Moses and Jesus. You're not in control of my thesis. You already know what I think by think pieces. For you actually already told you he think he is. Don't try to jail my thoughts and think precincts. I can't be controlled with programming presets. Reset on my cell, in my cell at night. Don't have to see you to touch you. This is what Braille look like. It's on sight.
It's on site.
If they take me to jail, call my girl, tell her send my mail. We know what hell look like. Still, it's a hell of a life. Yikes.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Really. Wow. Okay. Okay. Trippy, man. This is way unexpected. Entirely. Very, 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 very. unexpected. I want to see if it transitions into track 3. I'll pause it, but yeah, it does kind of a little bit. Okay. One thing I'm going to really try and do is take in the artistic expression. Kanye is very good at that. He's very good at that. Very artistic. So this song is fascinating, especially to kick off the album off of this like strange Donda Chant thing, which kind of blends the line to me of like heartbeats and drum beats and the Jaws theme. Dun, 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 dun. Shark in the water. I don't think that's really a theme that's trying to be woven into, but you know, it does create an image in the mind. You've got this whole thing about jail. Guess who's going to jail tonight? Let's click the annotation here. Let's see. Long annotation. Oh my God. I'll just scroll. Oh shit. Takeaway. So there's a song, but you know, it's probably just a coincidence. So I might not touch too much of these annotations. There's a lot. And you know, I'm sure a lot of it is speculation, and that's fine. Really what I want to do is I just want to have my own experience with the album, and whatever that is what it'll be. Okay, I'm not going to try and worry about getting it right or wrong. I'm just going to try and see what he's expressing and see how it comes across, how it translates, I suppose. I don't know. I say that now, and then I'll click annotations 2 minutes from now. I'm like, oh, that's great. Or I won't read it like I normally do. I do want to see this. Better change my number so you can't explain. So I'm assuming, yeah, this is after his split from Kim Kardashian. Okay. So I needed that point of reference to understand this is post-divorce. Better that I change my number so you can't explain violence in the night. Why did they split? I don't know why they split. I kind of don't care. Although I feel like that's important context. I'll be honest, we're all liars. Guess we're going to jail. So, yeah, it's the same annotation, the long one. Don't curse at me on text while you're trying to flex. I'm like, what next? Scrolling. You know, lyrically, aside from Jay-Z's verse, there isn't a whole lot to peel into, which in itself is fascinating because this is something that Kanye does well. You know, lyrically, I do have to admit, lately I've been listening to a lot of very lyrically intense stuff. And in my opinion, Kanye's never really been that good of a writer. That might piss some people off, but that's honestly how I feel. Aside from his early work, I feel like his writing, he just kind of stopped trying, honestly. He just kind of does whatever. So lyrically, I don't feel like Kanye is really that great. I don't even really think he's that great of a rapper, honestly. That'll probably also piss off some people, but I really don't rank him that high in terms of rapping, in terms of writing. Kanye excels in the whole package. The artistic vision, the artistic expression, the production, how he builds it up, the themes that he uses, all of that. That's what makes Kanye great, in my opinion. It's not really one specific thing. It's everything. This whole, guess who's going to jail tonight? This theme of prison. But what's interesting is that you've got this thing of going to prison, but then also God posting my bail, which is you getting out of prison. So I feel like it's post-split Kim Kardashian, and obviously he's clearly referencing that. So it feels like he's being freed from the prison he was already in, essentially. I don't know. But it also feels like there could be some double meaning in terms of maybe she's off to her prison because, you know, that was one thing that was fascinating about Jesus is King was he was out in Wyoming and wanting to be out there and not wanting to, you know, no more parties in LA, obviously Life of Pablo. Like there was this moment in Kanye's life where you could tell he was trying to get out of all that shit of LA entertainment industry, pursue a spiritual path, so on. But apparently, like, they didn't want to stay in Wyoming and all this other shit. But I could see Kanye in his mind, in his heart, in his soul, feeling like that whole scene is just a prison, the LA scene. Let's go through Jay-Z's verse. It's going to be a long-ass video, and that's okay. But anyway. God in my cells, that's my cellie, sure, cellmate, but in, you know, obviously the physical cells of your body, made in the image of God. That's a selfie. That's a cool little line right there. Pray 5 times a day, so many felonies. Who's gonna post my bail? Lord, help me. Hold up. Donda, I'm with your baby. When I touch back road, told him, stop all that red cap. We're going home. What's the red cap? What's that mean? Oh, the red hats. That's right. The Make America Great hats. I forgot about that. Not me with all these sins cast in stones. It's a good line by Jay-Z to throw in there, right? Like, yeah, he's had his issues too. Still does, currently. This might be the Return of the Throne, which is Watch the Throne reference. Hova Jesus, Moses Jesus. Not control of my thesis. You already know what I think about think pieces before you ask. Here to told you. Before you ask, here to told you who he think he is. Okay, so this is I am a god. Okay, I suspected so, but I wasn't positive. Don't try to jail my thoughts and think precincts. Okay, sure. Can't be controlled with programs and presets. Reset on myself. We know what hell looks like. It's a hell of a life. That Yeezy life. I just want them to have that easy life, not that easy life. What's that song? That's off Watch the Throne. New Day. That's an amazing song. Amazing. I love that song. Really, really good. Let's move on to track 3. It's called God Breathe, featuring Vori, Boogs the Beast, FNZ, tons of producers. Federico Vendover, Aerostar, Brian Miller, all kinds of guys. Kanye. Okay. Track 3, God Breathe. Huh. When did Donda come out? What's the release date? 21. Okay.
I know God breathe on this. 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 I know he got his hands on this. I know we got a chance on this. No, I never planned on this. I might need a band on this. This might get banned off rip. Gon' say something for y'all quit. Let me know something who y'all with. Don't know nothing. I know this. I know God breathe on 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 this. Breathe on this. Breathe on this.
Change in production right there. I was hoping to drop into that heavy, thick electronic beat. There we go. This is a great beat. I want this beat like fully realized.
More than I can say for you. Before the sons and the daughters, before the sun and the water. I know God breathed on this. I know God breathed on this.
So that just this phrase, I know God breathed on this. I mean, to me, it's obviously like a clear reference to life, right? I mean, if you look at the creation story, when Adam was when created by God, God breathed into the soil that he shaped as man, and that's what brought Adam to life. So I feel like that's what he's saying here. I know God breathed on this. God is putting the life into everything that Kanye's doing. I'm assuming that's what he's referencing when with this, what God has breathed on. Let's keep going.
Devil on my shoulders, can't let him breathe. Brush them off my sleeve. I'm filled with memories. Pray they remember me. Oh. Now I know there's an angel watching over me. All times I inhale then breathe. Their hearts are filled with grief. Okay, now they want to hold me. Not too big on people's talking. Okay, now they gotta show me. Okay. Devil's talking to me.
Oh man, this is
Angels talking to me. I know God.
These backing vocals are incredible.
No God breathe on me. No God breathe on me.
Wow, man. I didn't expect anything like this. Great sound. will admit, I wanted this beat to develop into something that would have been loud and ridiculous, like off of Jesus. Because it kind of reminds me of like a core structure of a Nine Inch Nails beat, or something Nine Inch Nails would do. It's like, I don't know. I was gonna say like somebody's voice being cut off, but in the context of what we're hearing in the song, it's almost like somebody's breath being snatched, which means the life being stolen. And then there's all this singing going on too. I feel like maybe these backing vocals, this choir, whatever to call it, is almost like supposed to represent the angels in this song. And the other voice that's being chopped and cut off is the devil. And if that's the case in the context of this track, that means we're listening to the angels and we're cutting off the devils, which makes sense with off of Vori's verse there. It sounds so great. This is beautiful. So for the people I pissed off 10 minutes ago by saying I don't think Kanye is a good writer, I don't think he's a good rapper, this is where Kanye is great. This is what makes him so great. I remember when I was listening to The Life of Pablo, and there's a track in there, Low Lights, and it's just this woman talking about like doing the sermon or whatever of waiting for God to save you, and I'm praying now and I'm crying now and all this, and I know he's gonna come and take this away from... I don't remember exactly how it goes, but there's that track. And on the surface, that track, you just go, like I remember saying during the exit, it was such a huge song in the context of the album, but I feel like so many people probably went skip, because it's just this weird song about this person talking, their love for Jesus, and I know he's going to come save me, and I know he's going to do this. But if you really think about what's being expressed there, all it was, that whole thing was this person praying to God and crying for God and waiting for God to come in and save him. And the whole time the beat is like never dropping. And the whole track is basically expressing the idea of I'm begging God to come into my life and save me, and he isn't doing it. It's not happening. But I keep convincing myself that it's gonna, and it's gonna. And so it's incredible. But you have to like give songs space sometimes. And so with this one, I feel like it's 5.5 minutes. And initially I was thinking, this is kind of weird. It's running a little long. And this seems excessive. I don't really know what the point is. But if I think about it in the terms of those voices being the angels and this other sample being the devil, and we're talking about God breathing on this, and one set of voices is being allowed to sing the whole time, never being cut, never being chopped, never being messed with. That's the voice of God. That's the breath of life the whole time. While this other voice that's being sampled and cut and distorted is being chopped and chopped and chopped. That's the devil being cut out. That's how I take this track. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's how I take this track. And I think that's huge, track 3, because it puts me into his mindset. It puts me into what he's trying to express. This is very much a worship track. And look, I've seen the track listing. I made the playlist specifically for this reaction. So there's going to be a lot of religious themes. I know his mother was religious, so I'm not surprised. But I want to focus on this because I think it's very important. Kanye's verse is pretty straightforward. I want to look at Vori's. Devil on my shoulders, I can't let him breathe. I can't let him breathe. And that right there could have two meanings in the sense of, I got to choke this thing out and cut it off completely. But also, if you think of the idea of the breath of life, if you let your demons breathe, you're giving them the breath of life in your own life, essentially. Brush them off my sleeve. I'm filled with memories. Pray they remember me. I know there's an angel watching over me, and I inhaled and breathed. Their hearts are all filled with greed. Now they want the old me, not too many people talking, having to show me. Devils talking to me, angels talking to me, but angels start to tell me it's okay to not feel okay. This is absolutely 100% true. It is okay to not feel okay. I want to click on this. I know that you'd be proud of me if you was here today. So who is not? So this is long ass. See, this is why the annotations on this are going to be tough. A lot of people making assumptions. Because here's what it's saying. Although this is coming from Vori, this could very easily be Vori channeling Kanye's thoughts and emotions. Sure, it could be. I don't want what we think it could be, though. Like, when I go to annotations, I want pretty clear, like, factual information. I don't really want speculation. I was hoping it would reference something that had happened to Vori specifically. And that's not the case with that specific annotation. Okay. So we've got a concept of being freed from prison by God. Now we've got a concept very strong of God being the breath of life. God breathing life into Kanye's life. Let's move on to track 4, which is called Off the Grid. It's featuring Playboy Cardi. No shit. Oh, you mean that guy who didn't drop his album? A couple of days ago, somebody tweeted, Bob, you said you're going to do Donda on the 27th, but Cardi's going to drop on Friday too. Are you going to do that instead? And I just did not have the heart to tell him, bro, Cardi ain't dropping. It ain't happening. Why do you guys keep thinking it's going to happen? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Anyway, a little stab there. Cardi. Lots of producers. Sloan, David, and Eli. Haji Volta, who's been on all 3 so far. AOA, 30 Rock, Kanye. All right, here we go. Track 4, Off the Grid.
Yeah. Boy. We off the grid. This for my kid. For when my kids have kids. Everything we did for the crib. Everything we did, how we live. All this smoke got a scent. All that smoke Kevin sent. Everything I spoke, what I meant. Never disguised my intent. Lines outside the event. Brought my life out the trench. God, thank God, look what he did. We off the grid. We off the grid. I'm off the grid. Got tattoos on my ribs. Tattoos on my ribs. Agitated my kids.
That's crazy to hear Cardi on the Kanye.
I just bought me some brand new clothes. Dover Street Market. We just took a ride to Charlotte. I'm in a Rolls Royce. Don't watch it, I light her up, blunt and let you try it.
Oh, it's all censored. I didn't realize.
We off the grid. This for my kid. Everything we did for the crib did hit. Flexing with fist this trip.
Oh, that was kind of neat.
We off the grid.
Yeah, look, when I was in jail, I was low key. Shout out to supporters that wrote me. Eat food, work out, and go sleep. You know I'm praying he carrying both feet. No, we got God with us. He look at me and see a God figure. And when I start vibing, I know that he with me, and I'ma always catch a hard shiver. I know his demons in that dark liquor. We buy a bottle with a sword, switch up. Everybody turn into a harsh. But my pockets bigger and my heart richer. My mind smarter, my grind harder, and my car quicker. Sentences, I got some demons I'm not even dealing with. They ain't feelings I'm not really feeling. And I know some members that get back their membership. You switched up.
Who is this
again?
Not
feeling me.
Fever?
I act like I care, but I don't really care. Now I live in a new building with amenities. I got a new ceiling with a chimney. I got a few wanna finish me. I don't get too friendly with the enemy. You gotta move different when you in the industry. Ooh, yeah, you gotta move different when you in the industry. You gotta move different.
That's a hell of a verse. Honestly, this is pretty good.
I just want my problems to fade away. Man, I'm tired of I need Gatorade. Boy, I got on my feet and I made a name and I made it a necklace. Yeah, cause they want me to lose. They ain't part of the rules. I be trying so hard not to move reckless.
We off the grid. This for my kid.
That's a hell of a verse.
Everything we did for the crib did hit. Flexing with fist this trip.
That was a hell of a verse. I don't think I've ever heard. I don't even think I've ever heard this name before. Fivio Foreign. That was great. I liked his flow. I liked his flow, but I mean his voice sounds good, but man, his flow was just good. And there's something about the production through that bit with those really like heavy key, the synthetic notes, and all that shit that was going on was pretty cool. Yeah, initially wasn't really into this track. Kanye's part, it's kind of not entertaining to me. Playboy sounds like Playboy, which is fine. And so I was like, okay. But that verse was fucking great. That was great. Let's keep going. We'll finish this one up. We'll see if... Kanye's got a verse coming up too. Okay, all right. Because I'm not really liking this grid, kid. Okay, whatever.
First it go viral, then it get digital, then it get critical. No, I'm not doing no interview. Mask on my face, you can't see what I'm finna do. Had to move away from people that's miserable. Don't wanna link you, I ain't finna sit with you. Ain't finna talk to you, ain't finna get with you. Don't get me mad cause I don't wanna injure you. She put my paintings inside of a living room. Look at the problems and issues I'm living through. They try to drag me, I rise to my pinnacle. Walk through the block like the neighborhood general. Drop me the low end and that's where I send it to. I was forgetting you. Now I remember. Did what I want and I say what I want. And I thought you was with me, like how you get sensitive. They playing soccer in my backyard. I think I see Messi. And this money could never neglect me. I pray that my family would never resent me. And she fell in love with me soon as she met me. We both got a bad, but my back is more heavy. We had to stop counting, it's getting too petty. You not a real stepper, you can't overstep me. Just sit back and listen and watch how he bless me. He wait till I fall and then pull up and catch me. Your check is too small, you can't pull up and check me. Nah, I get a fast. You feel a weight and can pull up and give me my
I like the
if I
production.
feel like you press me. Nah, I get them fast, see? You feel a way they can pull up and give me my do something wild if I feel like you press me. Man, God forbid, bid. They hit one of the kids.
This part I just don't like.
Look what
Like-
they did. Pray for the crib. Some say, Adam could never be black, cause a black man never shares rib.
That was funny. That was very funny. But, this whole kid, all the shit. The reason why I don't like it is because I have spent so much time in the last couple months with very well-written lyrics, incredible schemes and double meanings. Like, I did a bunch of listens to Cause albums, and it's like, holy shit. So this is just like the complete opposite. But the verse was good. There's some interesting shit in the verses, too, because if this came out in August of 21, that's kind of recent, honestly. It's only 3 years old, this album. I thought it was older than that for some reason. I didn't realize that this had come out essentially during all the crap that was going on with him and, Trump supporting and all that other shit. Which, by the way, just for the record, I don't have a problem with Kanye supporting Donald Trump. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't trust him. But that's how democracy works. It's very odd, some of the people that scream who you can and cannot vote for while also screaming how important it is to preserve democracy. Democracy means you get to choose who you vote for. And there's another thing that's very odd that I wish would get explained, but it never will because then it would stop being a tool. This whole thing of interfering with the election. So-and-so is accused with election interference, and this entity in this country, they interfered with our elections, but they never really specify what that means, do they? Because to me, it just seems like anybody that does anything they don't like is interference. But again, when you're trying to persuade opinions, doesn't everybody have some sort of interference in the election? If you can change somebody's mind, are you interfering with an election? I don't know. It's a strange term. It never gets defined, but it sure does get tossed around a lot. Anyway. Let's go through Kanye's verse a bit. First it go viral, then they get digital, then they get critical. No, I'm not doing no interview. Mask on my face, you can't see what I'm finna do. This was about the time when I was like, I'm fucking done with Kanye. When he went on Alex Jones's thing and talked about how much he loved Hitler, fuck that guy. That's what I was like, I gotta take a break. I can't listen to Kanye anymore. That was what broke me for a while. I just had to stop. And I'm glad I did, because now I'm in a spot where that's all in the past, and while it's as ridiculous as LL was, it's just whatever. It's all in the past. Don't matter now. She put my paintings inside of her living room. What is this about? Kanye is a painter. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. So Kanye's, here's what the annotation says. Kanye's a painter, so this bar may be referring to literal artwork that a woman used to decorate her walls. In 2020, artwork Ye made in childhood was sold at an art show for $20,000. This line could also be a clever metaphor for having sex. Kanye is known for finding ways to compare sexual acts to art pieces. Okay. 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 I was wondering if, like, Kim Kardashian stole one of his paintings during the divorce or some shit like that. This is where it gets a little odd with Kanye. I got this God power, that's my leverages. I got this holy water, that's my beverages. I gotta help myself out of selfishness, which, in a sense, that line right there, especially if you're a very, very religious person, if you say, I gotta help myself out of selfishness, that's almost a way of expressing how selfish you are, because typically you would be praying to God to help you with your selfishness. But if you state this idea of, no, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna fix it, it's re-amplifying, or whatever the word is. I'm not Englishing very well this morning. You guys understand. So I like that line right there. What the hell is a Selfridges? What the hell is that? Is a chain of high-end department stores in the United Kingdom. Okay. I just bought a floor out. Jesus. Got to make sure they know who they're messing with. I got to tell them sorry. They're too delicate. This is where Kanye's mental state it really plays a part. Because I don't know much about bipolar and manic and up and down and all this other stuff. I don't know anything about it. But I've had some people send me messages. They've been actually pretty good, but it's been a while. It just kind of creates this question of the mind. You know, this mind they're all biochemical machines, and you put certain things in and they'll act a certain way, or if things go awry, they'll act a certain way. And when you blend that in with belief and faith, it gets complicated, you know, because somebody could have in their mind absolute certainty of something, but that doesn't mean that's what reality is. But then it goes even further with Kanye as a person who is expressing, you know, I gotta stay with God where the blessings is. I ain't delivering heavenly messages just for the hell of it. Good little, you know, duality there. I like that. I talk to God every day. That's my bestie. Like, that line right there is a great example. Like, because there are people who, when they pray, they are talking to God. But does he mean that in a literal sense? Like, is it possible that Kanye believes every day he is literally speaking to God and God is speaking to him? And is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. And then, you know, you get into this other, I got all this, this money could never neglect me. Pray that my family never resent me. She fell in love with me as soon as she met me. Is this now, I wonder if, I don't know when he got married to this other girl. I think her name's Bianca or something like that. I don't know. Well, Fivio, is that his name? Fivio? He did great. Liked the beefy production, liked some of those heavy synthetic notes that were coming through. Didn't really care for the chorus. Playboi Carti came in as Playboi Carti. Let's move on to track 5, which is called Hurricane. It's featuring Lil Baby, who I don't think I've ever heard before. Kanye, Mike Dean, Ronnie J, DJ Khalil, Boogs the Beast, Circuit. Oh, a lot of names I recognize here. 88 Keys, Nassan, Ajivolta. Dropping to track 5, Hurricane.
See this in 3D. All lights out.
The Weeknd.
All lights out for me. Lightning strikes the beach. 80 degrees. Warm it up for me. Finally free. Found the part of me. And I want you
that sounds good.
to see. I can walk on water. 1,000 miles from shore. I can float on the water. Father, hold me close. Don't let
Oh, wow.
me drown.
Wow.
I know you won't.
Yeah, walking on the bridge, I threw my sins over the deep end. Sipping till my stomach hurt this month, I done lost 3 friends. Early morning brainstorming, normally I can't sleep in. Sometimes I just wanna restart it, but it all depends. If I'ma be that same young hungry from West End, but my heart is wrong.
It's interesting that it's censored, too.
Maybach interior came with sheepskin. Still remember when I just had 3 bands.
I know you won't. I know that you
about halfway through. This part earlier, Father, hold me close, don't let me drown. And then the way the audio cuts to that really sharp sound, it's almost like the idea of touching a nerve. That was if you guys have ever seen the movie, I think it's called 127 Hours. It's about a hiker who, like, there's this flash flood and he falls and he's in this canyon and this rock pins its arm into like this waterfall rock wedge. Basically his arm's stuck and he has to cut his arm off. It's a gnarly movie. It's based on a true story. But there's a scene in that movie where he finally decides, I have to cut my arm off, otherwise I'm just going to die here, because nobody knows where he is and he's in this weird canyon. And the scene is so intense, but there's a part where he's cutting his nerves and it's just like, it just, it's a lot. But that little split second of sound right there where it says, don't let me drown, it sounded like that scene. Just intense, very intense. And I think that's important, especially how anti the sound is compared to how The Weeknd sounds during that section, which, beautiful sound, beautiful voice, The Weeknd being The Weeknd as he does. And so that's important. I just want to pause and point that specific part out because I think it means something. Again, with Kanye, he does things for a reason, and that was very specific to me.
Here I go on a new trip. Here I go acting too lit. Here I go acting too rich. Here I go with a new chick. And I know what the truth is. Still playing after 2 kids. It's a lot to digest when your life always moving. Architecture digest, but I needed home improvement. $60 million home. Never went home to it. Genius gone clueless. It's a whole lot to risk. Alcohol anonymous. Who's the busiest loser? Heated by the rumors. Read into it too much. Fiending for some true love. Ask him, what do you love? Hard to find what the truth is, but the truth was that the truth sucked. Always introduced up, but this time it was too much. Everybody's so judgmental. Everybody's so judgmental. Everybody hurts, but I don't judge rentals. It was all so simple.
What's with the
I see you in 3D. The day was bright for me. Demons talk on my shoulder.
Let's see if he does it again.
Hold me close. Don't let me drown.
It was different that time. It was less harsh that time, which is that's kind of interesting in its own self because it's after a verse. It's essentially a confession almost. I mean, not quite, but he's coming clean with a lot of things. He's admitting a lot of things to himself. So I wonder, in that context of admitting these things, the fear of drowning is lessened, The fear of being abandoned by God or punished by God is lessened. Let's go through this verse. I was out for self. I was up for sale, but I couldn't tell. So he's self-serving, he's trying to make his money. But at the time, he didn't really realize it. God made it rain. The devil made it hail. Dropped out of school, but I'm the one at Yale. Did he give like a speech or something at Yale? I'm assuming that's the case. Even though... I guess he didn't do anything at Yale specifically. Okay, well, whatever. There's a bunch of like suggested meanings. Anyway. Made the best tracks. Still went off the rail. Double meaning there with the tracks, rail, and then making songs and going crazy, obviously. But I like that because you think about somebody like Kanye who is very artistic and wants to make incredible music and meaningful music and express these things. And I feel like when he says that, made the best tracks but still off the rail, it also implies that he's maybe surprised that you can be excellent at a thing but still, I don't want to say go crazy because that's too general. Like maybe he feels like obtaining excellence at your craft is somehow protection from like if you fail, you'll go crazy because you failed. Like you would be upset and you'd go insane because you're trying to do it and you can't make it work and you're not successful, and the frustration, the anger, the doubt, all that kind of stuff would drive you crazy because for whatever reason it's just not working. But here, it is working. He has done it. He has made incredible music, and yet he's still going through this, like, going crazy type thing. And so I like that because to me, that line shows how much value he puts on music, how much it matters to him, and maybe how much esteem he holds, excellent music with. Maybe. Had to go down to this new town. Here I got a new trip, acting too lit. I go acting too rich. I got a new chick. I know what the truth is. Still playing after 2 kids. It's a lot to digest when your life is always moving. Architectural Digest, but it needed home improvement. So I'm assuming his house was probably featured in some magazine. But I needed home improvement, meaning I needed to fix myself, my home, $60 million home, never went to it. That's just wild, man. There's a song by Joe Walsh called "Life's Been Good." Listen to that song. It's a classic rock song. It's an older song, but listen to that song, "Life's Been Good" by Joe Walsh, and just listen to the lyrics. It's great. It's great. Great song. Genius gone clueless. Alcohol Anonymous. Who's the busiest loser? It's just a lot of admission here. A lot of what was the word? God, my brain is just fried. I finally got some sleep last night, but like the last 3 nights or the 3 nights prior, I got no sleep because of this cold that I've had. Confession, very very much confessional. Hard to find what the truth is, but the truth was that the truth suck. Sometimes that is the truth. This sucks, right? Sometimes that is the case. Everybody's so judgmental. This is something I feel like, he's admitting a lot of stuff here and expressing a lot of stuff here, but I feel like Kanye still doesn't understand, why does everybody judge me so much? Because you go out of your way to let everybody know what you're thinking. That's the problem, Kanye. It's not that you... Well, look, let's be fair, too. Like, people chase him down and harass him and try and do all this shit to him, too. But, like, that bit that Dave Chappelle had about Kanye and, what he said about the entertainment industry and how there's a lot of Jews running the entertainment industry and all this other shit, right? Blah, blah, blah. It's such a great setup for the joke because Dave Chappelle goes on to talk about how, I've been in the entertainment industry and, it's not crazy to think that, if you look around and this and that, it's like... It is crazy to say. I love that. I love that part. It's like, yeah. If you're going to go out and say all this shit, if you're going to go on Alex Jones and say that shit, of course people are going to judge you for it. Of course. That's one thing I feel like the free speech people don't really understand. They seem to think free speech means I can say whatever I want and not get in trouble for it. No. Free speech means you can say whatever you want. And then it also means everybody else could say what they want about what you said. That's how that works. Anyway, Hurricane's a cool song. I'm noticing since I have a custom playlist, I can't like the songs. They're already like auto liked. And if I deselect it, I don't know, it's weird. The format on Spotify does it, so I can't like put check marks. Oh, wait, no, I can. I'm just dumb. Whatever. Let's move on to track 6, which is called Praise God. It's featuring Travis Scott and Baby Keem. God, he's got all kinds of people on this album. Producers are Twilight Tone, Ozzy Volta, Mike Dean, Kanye, Zentashi, 30 Rock Sloan. Here we go, track 6, Praise God.
That she wrote, speech to the young, speech to the progress toward. Say to them.
Oh, this is Donda.
Say to the down keepers, the sun slappers, the self-soilers, the harmony ushers. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
Huh.
Sir, flex I do work. 6 of 'em like Mike. He's It's out of sight. Whoa, they got me pipe. You man like aight.
Why does it sound like Travis Scott's voice is like?
Yeah, I'm shaking the drop. I'm still up on top. I've been had the bop. The devil my op. Can't pay me to stop. My God at the top. We gon' praise our way out the grave, dog. Living, speaking, praise God. Walking out the graveyard, back to life.
Still on side, still outside. Still outside, still outside. Taming pilot, stay outside. And I'm still outside, I'm still outside, still outside. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right.
Okay.
Let's get look at new scenes. I open my life. I'm subject to memes. I signed a few. I polish their dreams. An angel on earth, come under my wing. Stop running your publishers. They publish the headlines and say the wrong things. Y'all treat your Lord and Savior like rentals insurance. You know what I mean?
That's a good line.
All of my on channel 5, I don't channel 10 till it go time. Used to throw up my uncle's spaghetti. Been taught to toast this before I was ready. Back when my mama told me that I was challenged. A single black woman, you know that she petty. I turned a heavy heart to $2 million. I put that in totals, reverse out of day. I gotta put on the Rachel one time. I swear to God I went major one time. I know some white people serving no time. I gotta do it for me, do it for pray for me, do it for all the ones dying. I wanna do it for all the ones crying. I wanna let's get right.
I don't like Baby Keem. I just don't like Baby Keem. And I have a hard time understanding why. Well, no, that's not true. This verse is a good example of why. Like, he spends the first 10 bars, like, just doing fucking nothing. I don't know. There's something about Baby Keem. He just gets under my skin. I just don't like what he does. And, like, at the end, his high-pitched voice there. Yeah. Yeah. Turned a heavy heart to $2 million. I put that in totals reverse out of Deddy. Where was y'all treat the Lord and Savior like renter's insurance. I pay a little money so I'm covered. Right? That's renter's insurance. I pay a little money and so I don't have to worry about anything anymore. And so if you think about going to church and prayer and stuff like that as just all I do, I pay my contribution and that's all I have to do. Right? That's what he's saying right there. I like that. That's a good line. It's supposed to be more to it than that. But there you go. Yeah, I just don't like Baby King. I wasn't really into this track. Honestly, like Travis, his voice in the beginning is all like super tight. Kind of strange. The one thing I did find interesting though, we're going to praise our way out of the grave. Living, speaking, praise God, walking out the graveyard back to life. And it made me realize, even though I should have realized this months ago, Kendrick is getting so much chatter about what he's trying to do in terms of saving hip-hop and all that kind of stuff. And rightfully so. I mean, probably the most legendary hip-hop beef happened this summer. And he just dropped a new album, and there's some killer songs on that album. Apparently, he just released an EP from the Section 80 era. Kanye's on his own mission too. He just doesn't manage the PR nearly as well as Kendrick does. And the mission is this. He's trying to get people back to God. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. He just doesn't do well with the messaging. There's a comedian, Josh Johnson, who I really enjoy. I've found him recently, and I've been listening to his stuff. I like his style. I like that his pace is a little bit more drawn out. He takes his time. It's almost like a TED Talk with some jokes, essentially. He's really good. But he was talking about Kanye, and I can't remember the bit. I didn't remember the video, but talking about I think it's on the bit about that's explaining the Drake and Kendrick beef to white people. It's really good. It's really good. But there's a section there where he's talking about Kanye, because this whole Drake is suing, was it UMG, and talking about the bots and all this other stuff. But anyway, one of the jokes he drops is Kanye screaming, the radio lied to you. But really what he meant to say, but that's what he said. But what he meant to say is how there's this huge industry that manipulates things and promotes things and suppresses all this other stuff, right? It's anyway, I've just butchered the whole bit. But if you haven't seen that Josh Johnson thing explaining the Drake and Kendrick beef, actually, I don't even know if it was that one. I think it was something. It was more specific. It was a more recent one about Drake suing UMG. That's probably what it's on. So this is where I struggle with, not really struggle with, this is where I feel for Kanye. Because I feel like the man's heart is in the right place. I feel like the man really does believe in the spirituality of things, and he wants people to find God, and I don't have a problem with that, It's just the execution is a challenge for him. Does Kanye have... No, he doesn't have a verse. Okay, it's just Baby King. Yeah, so I'm not really into this song because it's mostly Baby King, and I don't like Baby King. Anyway, let's move on. Next track is called Jonah, which Jonah was in The Whale. No, Jonah. So let's read the summary real quick. Oh, it's a long summary. This is a tribute to Jonah War, an independent recording artist from Louisville, Kentucky, who was shot and killed in August of 2020. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So it's not about Jonah the Whale. It's about Jonah War. Where? Here we go. Jumping in track 7, Jonah.
Like who's here when I need a shoulder to lean on? I hope you're here when I need a demons to be gone. And it's not fair that I had to fight them all on my own. Like who's here when I need a shoulder to lean on? I hope you're here when I need a demons to be gone. And it's not fair that I had to fight them all on my own. Hard to keep my focus on what matters. Man, I'm hit my line like some just got hit up on your block. You can rest and sure it's not us. Sweeping out the wave, catching waves.
Kind of reminds me of the heart monitor sounds from 808s and Heartbreak.
Cause I've been out the way. Chasing millions in my sleep, I found a better way. Someone on the island, let me kick it, this might get away. I pour up a drink for all my who ain't see the day. Trying to finish this who I started with. Way too many fallen soldiers, no, I can't forget. Hope they got headphones up in heaven, you can vibe out and just hit it. Just certain you can't.
Hope they got headphones up in heaven.
Who's here when I need a shoulder to lean on? I hope you're here when I need a demons to be gone.
Kanye and Jay still brothers, they both billionaires. And we ain't see it, I lost my brother when we was millionaires. I wasn't scared to die for him, that was my biggest fear. I got your son and your daughter like you still here. Know how I feel to lose a brother, we got a bond still. 26 years, Pops got out to see his son killed. And I don't give a f***, I hang with a crip, I see blood still. I can be the cleanest millionaire, I'm from the mud still. Dad with his chain on, I call it blood diamonds. It's to the point I dropped my own low so they could find us. And it's been months and they still had it.
Whole lot of steppers and they step in. It ain't sunny like that, and they coming right back. And when you on tour, I bet you check in. Cause my guys back to work, it's a Monday like that. And when you text, change the beginning of every word. You will speak to me with only no cap. Me and your big homie go back, and homie don't rap. You don't know me like that.
Like who's here when I need a shoulder to lean on? I hope you're here when I need a demon to be gone. And it's not fair that I had to fight them all on my own.
I don't really know how I feel about that song. Like it wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing. I don't think I'd skip it, but I wouldn't be excited to hear it. One thing that was occurring to me while listening to this is that was track 7. So we're essentially a quarter of the way through the album. It's called Donda. I thought at this point would be a little bit more into something more related to his mother. So we've touched on it a tiny bit, but not a lot. So So far, I'm the most surprised by that. The initial sound, too, caught me off guard. Now I feel like I've settled into the sound a little bit. But I'm surprised that we're in an album called Donda and we haven't really addressed his mother at all. Not very much. I want to read Kanye's verse because I don't really understand some of the lines that came through. I mean, some of the stuff makes sense, like smoking hot pack ain't funny like that. It get ugly like that. Can't get no money like that. Like, you can't get paid if you're dead, right? Holy Father, please let me step in. Can't talk to a buddy like that. You get bloody like that. I want to touch on that. What's this one? Here's this whole annotation. Kanye is likely referencing Matthew 7:21-23, which is this: not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. I feel like there's typos in here. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. So that's the Bible verse. The annotation goes on to say, Jesus many times calls out hypocrites in the Jewish ministry who claim to follow God, but their actions did not reflect so. Kanye has previously referenced the same thing on hands. I don't feel like that annotation has anything to do with what Kanye is saying here. Holy Father, please let me step in. Can't talk to a buddy like that. It get bloody like that. And thus, my frustration with annotations continues. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're hilarious. Sometimes they're almost completely out of context, like that. Anyway, when you text, change the beginning of every word. You will speak to me with only no cap. So, like, I wonder what the beginning of every word means. In Jesus' name, no more cap. Some tweet from 2020. Okay. I'm not sure. Huh. What about Lil Durk? I want to actually Vori. So Vori was the person that lost Jonah where? Let's look at Vori's verse real quick. Hard to keep my focus on what matters. Mandem hit my line like some shit just got hooked up. I don't know what the censored word is. Just got hooked up on your block. Rest assured it's not us. Because we've been out the wave catching waves. They say we ain't seen you on the block because I been out the way chasing millions. In my sleep I found the better way. Somewhere on an island, let me kick it as I get away. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of disappointed with Jonah, honestly. It's moving to track 8, I believe, which is called Okay Okay. It's featuring Lil Yachty and Ruga. We got Fireman, Louis Bell, Boy Wonder, Kanye West for production. Dropping in track 8, Okay Okay. Oh, and Fivio Foreign's on here. Oh, it just says, looks like ad-libs apparently. Kind of cool production to start off with.
Okay, now they got me wanna rap again. Heal the wound and then you stab me in my back again. You the type to play the joke and try to hide your hand. Not the type to come around and try to play your friend. You the type to cut the grass and snake your bestest man. Yeah, price went up. Angel okay, I'm not okay. Think they're good, it's not okay.
They think they're good, it's not okay.
Not okay. Think they're good, get out the way.
Who said I did what did they do? Why the hell are you hating so damn hard, so I must pay you? They don't keep me round cause I'm straight truth. My dog locked up, had more home runs than Babe Ruth. Had them chicks cleaning my house, told them be a use. If I see disloyalty, then we gon' cut them loose. Had my hands round her neck, grip tight like a noose. Tell your story with a bad ending cause I'm not a Seuss. Pass around to the thugs for an immunity boost. Double cup fell to the top with the serenity juice.
Okay, not okay.
Surprised by the production.
Good, get out the way.
I kind of thought there'd be a little bit more in the production.
really show me how much you say you a bro to me. Showed you love and you constantly cold shoulder me. But ain't no going back to fix it, nah, that's the old of me, yeah. I'm done with all the fake, I had enough of that, yeah. Most of these ain't real, they don't wanna see me winning, nah. Most of these ain't real, they don't wanna see me winning.
But it's okay, we gon' be okay. Only show up when we cut the cake. Showing love, but we okay. Find God, but it's too late.
Interesting song. Interesting beat. I feel like there was like a, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't on the beat right, but I feel like they almost do like a double beat at the end sometimes. Like there would be an extra hit. Now they got me on a rap again, heal the wound, and then you stab me in my back again. You're the type to play the joke and try and hide your hand, not the type to come up around and try to play your friend. See me in person, I look like a ghost. You want to come in and play with the goat? All your rappers sound the same to me. Well, that's not exactly how it says, but can't tell who's who. You got no real identity. Can't tell you from you. Price went up. Angel investor. They're not good. They think. Okay, I'm not okay. They think they're good. It's not okay. Oh, that's funny, man. I like this line a lot. Why the hell are you hating so damn hard? Someone must pay you. I like that. I like that a lot. I like how Yachty sounded. I'm learning, because I first heard Lil Yachty with Let's Start Here, which is an incredible album. I really liked his album with James Blake, Bad Cameo. I enjoyed that as well. But since then, I've heard a couple verses from him where he's doing a little bit more rapping, and I enjoy his rapping. So I should probably go back a little bit and check out some older Yachty stuff where he is rapping. Some of it, what is it, like his SoundCloud era stuff or whatever. Just check it out. I think it'd be fun. She told me to go to hell like I ain't been yet. Still putting overtime like I ain't win yet. Ruga had a good verse. Plenty of times you close the door on me. That really showed me how much... I don't know. I guess that shit really showed me how much you say you a bro to me. Showed you love and you constantly cold-shouldered me. Ain't no going back to fixing it up. That's the older me. I'm done with all the fake people. Had enough of that. Had too many people stab me in the back. They say with you, but they're really putting on an act. That's when shit hits the fan all of a sudden. All the facts show. You gotta chin up. Show a person tough love. Let me go without you just to show them what it was. We were so close, you would have thought we was blood. Most of these people ain't real. They don't want to see me winning. I enjoyed okay. Not bad. See, I can't check them. Let's move on. Really surprised. I feel like I came into this expecting, because his mother died, and I feel like in Kanye's music, he never really addressed that specifically. And so, I thought we'd be hitting that a little harder, but I don't know. Maybe not. This is track 9. It's called, I guess, Junya. It's featuring Playboy Cardi. We got Kanye, OG Volta, Rourke Bailey, Digital Nas, and Twisco for producing. Here we go, track 9. A little bit shorter, 2.5 minutes. Oh, did I break Spotify?
Junya Watanabe on my Junya Watanabe on my tell him this. Did he miss? Junya Watanabe on my I can't really see where did I miss. Ex strippers, new killers.
Nice bass.
Tell him this on Donda, on my mama, made a promise. Junya Watanabe on my
I like the bass.
Junya Watanabe on my
Other than that, I don't really like the song very much.
Junya Watanabe on my I can't really see where did I miss. Junya Watanabe on my.
Yeah, this is kind of shit.
Junya Watanabe on my. All summer, all summer,
We took off, we took off, we took off.
This is incredible.
born in Atlanta. Now
This might be the worst Kanye song I've ever heard. This is incredible.
Excuse my manners. I got standards. I got status.
Wow.
You want status?
See more comments, and I see commas. Pick 'em with dummy.
Holy
We
shit.
going down to.
Watch it.
Ain't nobody around me losing sleep.
Wow.
Better find God before he find me. Tell the devil good night, go to sleep.
Wow. Wow. That was incredible. That, I really do think that is the worst Kanye song I have ever heard. I feel like somebody made, I feel like that's like what you would make, like a parody YouTube channel would make to make fun of, like to an absurd level, to make fun of a song like that. That was incredible. That was so bad. That was so bad. And apparently this Junya, according to the summary, is a tribute to elusive Japanese fashion designer Junya Watanabe, or however you pronounce it. I feel sorry for the guy that the song is a tribute to him. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Poor guy. Is he dead? No. No. Doesn't say anything about him being dead. He might have died after hearing this. Wow. Wow. I will never listen to that song again. Ever. Let's move on to track 10 called Believe What I Say. Producers are Ant-Man Wonder, Ozzy Volta, FNZ, Bugs the Beast, Dem Joints, Kanye West. Track 10, Believe What I Say. Oh, yeah.
My men and my women.
Yeah.
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 My men and my women.
You need something unexpected. Some form of
Great use of the sample there. Great use of the sample.
and still feel protected. Just one time for the record. Just one time for the record. Don't agree with the message. Don't agree with the methods. Don't let the lie.
Hey, here we go. Redemption.
Who knows when was the last time you felt the love? One last sparkle to follow in my life. One last sparkle to follow. Man, it's too early. What the hell you do waking me up at 5:30? Why the hell are you worried?
Huh,
Play
that's cool.
something that is very, very vibe worthy. I don't want my mind alerting.
Love the woos here. Oh my god, it's so great.
I ain't never question what you was asking for. I give you every single thing you was asking for. I don't understand how anybody could ask for more. Got a list of even more, I just laugh it off. I be going through things I had to roll. Celebrity drama that only Brad know. Too many family secrets, somebody passing notes.
Too many
Things I
family
cried about, I found laughable. Little baby Jesus ain't laughing, no. Don't involve yourself in things that ain't have to know. The big man upstairs ain't laughing, no. Don't involve yourself in things that ain't have to know.
Now here we are. You know I'm not about it. Showed you my
Oh, I like boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That was great.
my thoughts.
Don't let the lifestyle drag you down. Who knows when was the last time you felt the love? One last spark.
I like this one. Really good jam.
One last sparkle to follow the love.
But you just couldn't believe.
Huh.
Man, I'm so peeved. Your friends all up in your head, even when we're in bed. Your mind's elsewhere, and you say you care?
Don't let the lifestyle drag you down. Who knows when was the last time you felt the love?
Huh.
One last sparkle to follow in my life. Right on. One last sparkle to follow.
So, there's no annotations here. Not a whole lot. Oh, actually, up here there are. I want to talk about this interlude, but let's go through the verse first, and then we'll read some of the annotations, and maybe it'll bring some more context as to what the song is specifically about. I like the song though. Good jam. That use of the sample from that thing. Good use of the sample. Lauryn Hill. What the hell did you wake me up at 5:30? Why the hell are you worried? Play something that is very, very vibe-worthy. I don't know what my mind alerting. People saying tweeting gonna make you die early. How about my heart hurting a little inside? That could make you die early. Go on and get your best attorney. Let's click this one. Kanye has frequently mentioned that he says everything everybody else is thinking. So he manages to distance. There's a bunch here, but I want to get to the bottom. Because I just want to make sure this is probably about Kim Kardashian. So he manages to distance all of his stress-related problems by venting on sites like Twitter. The attorney in this case might as well refer to his divorce with Kim. Most likely. Something's there. I feel it when I heard it. Just really spirit let it flow through. How these people leaving now. With one leg like Flo Joe. Nail me to the cross with long nails like Coco. What the fuck was that about? Like Coco. What's the deal with Coco? Who is the lead singer of the R&B group SWV and the mother of rapper Lil Tracy. Besides her power voice, she was also known for her extremely long nails. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I really didn't understand that, but now it makes a lot of sense. Free throat coat for the throat goats? I don't even want to click that. I'm just going to not know that and live my life not knowing that. I'm going to be okay with that. I don't want to know that one. It's a couple things I got to quote. Don't involve yourself in things you don't have to know. Hey, look at that. Look at me not involving myself in things I don't have to know. All right, yeah, nice. I never questioned what you was asking for. I gave you every single thing you was asking for. I don't understand how anybody could ask for more. So I'm assuming this is about Kim. Let's read this annotation. It's pretty long. Again, Kanye West expresses frustration, confusion, likely addressing his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, especially in the context of their divorce. This reflects his belief that he's been generous and accommodating in their relationship, saying that he never doubted or questioned her request, did everything she asked for. I don't understand how anybody asked for more, reveals Kanye's bewilderment and hurt. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Anyway. But then you got a list of even more. I just laugh it off. I've been going through things I had to wrote off. Somebody drama that only Brad don't know. Too many family secrets. Somebody passing notes. Okay. So I feel like it's pretty safe to say this song is mostly directed towards Kim Kardashian. But this interlude is odd to me. I didn't throw a fit when you said you wanted to leave. I told you I loved you, but you didn't believe. You were too easily fooled, so easily deceived by some dude who's more rather into greed. Played by your emotions. You were swamped by your needs. Told me I didn't believe. You said... Told me I didn't believe. You said I was out to deceive. You said that I lied. How did I? I told you everything, didn't I? But you just could not believe. So basically, this whole interlude is pointing the blame at her. And I'm not going through this to like take her side or his side or neither side or whatever, but this interlude is odd to me because it feels like a pretty substantial amount of time given to tell the other person how wrong they were and how much it doesn't really seem to bother him. You know, your mind's elsewhere and you say you care, haha, I'm laughing at you all, you think you got me, no, my back ain't against the wall. And this interlude is one of those things that falls into that category of the more you try to convince me of something, the less I believe it. So the longer this interlude went on about how bad Kim Kardashian is and how wrong she was and how it was all her fault and how I'm not bothered by it and I'm laughing at you and everything's fine, I don't buy it. Because the people who are in a good position don't even waste their time on their ex. They don't. They just move on, especially if their ex is some terrible person and especially if they did everything right and their ex was unreasonable and then you just move on with your life. So this was just, I don't know. These kind of things I never really get into because I don't believe it. I just feel like it's the person trying to convince themselves that they feel this way when it's not true. Other than that, cool song. I like the song. I like the song quite a bit. Let's keep going. Interesting album. We're not quite halfway through, but this has been an interesting. There's been some ups and there's been some downs and there's been some odd ones and there's been some hits. So kind of all over the place so far. This is track 11. It's called 24. It's produced by Brian Miller, Corey Henry, Warren Campbell, Oji Volta. He's been here this whole time. And Kanye. And I think it did start. Let's start it over. Here we go. Track 11.
Exhausting, never the right time to go. Gotta the right time to go. Never the right time to go. Don't love you, loving you, choose your steps. Gotta make it right for you left. Gotta make it right before you. Everybody wanna feel like everything gon' be right. Do me over the old me. Let it out, let it all out.
24 hours, 24 candles, 24 hours.
Okay. So that is a reference to Kobe Bryant.
We gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. We gonna be okay.
Huh.
We gonna be okay. God's not finished. 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 We gonna be okay.
So with that song, like, as a tribute, as a tribute to Kobe Bryant, I think that's a nice. I feel like it's a nice gesture. As a song, I mean, I don't even want to call it like a song. It feels much more like a hymn, as a church, almost like a prayer type thing, you know, something to. Something for the family and for the fans of Kobe, and just to help people process the pain. In that setting, totally fine with this song. What's odd to me is that it's on this album. Now, does that mean it can't be on this album? But like, no. I mean, Kanye gets to make whatever he wants to make. That's how it works. But like, to me, this is a single. You would just release this as a single on its own in memory of Kobe, and that's it. You're done with it. To be in the album right now, especially with some of the songs that we've heard so far, it's adding to the oddity that has been the experience of Donda so far. I feel like it started off pretty well, and now we're kind of just wandering around a little bit. You know, like Jonah was fine, and it was about somebody who had passed, and like basically it's almost like this album experience is mimicking. And I don't know much about Kanye. I purposely try to avoid listening to what he says in real life and in public. I try to focus on his music only. But you know, his mother passed, and it seemed like that never really got like directly addressed and processed in any kind of like substantial way. But if there was stuff, I may have missed it. So there's a good chance I'm just talking up my ass here. But basically, with the album being called Donda, I feel like at this point in the album, we're avoiding it. We're avoiding Donda. And this song in itself is fine. I don't have an issue with it. It's not something I'm into. I don't watch basketball. I know he died, like Kobe died when Kobe Bryant died. It was like a helicopter crash. Him and his daughter, like super sad. Obviously a tragedy. I know he was a huge. He had tons and tons of fans. Great player. All that stuff, right? So I'm very much removed from the impact of this track and what it means to certain people. But like this song specifically, I wouldn't listen to this. I wouldn't listen to this. And so it's even more so in the album. It's just odd. It's odd. Let's keep going. I'm just kind of confused right now. The next one's called Remote Control. This is featuring Young Thug, Teddy Walton, Ozzy Volta, Mike Dean, 88 Keys, Kanye West, Q Beats, Digital Nas, Swisco for production. Track 12, Remote Control.
Please don't ask again who's up in the van. They my only fans. I was in my hovercraft, had another laugh. How you roll with them when you know I'm him? Got it on remote control. Got it on remote control.
Nice little drum fill there. That was cool.
Got it on remote control like a CEO. I thought you should know. On my Instagram, it get out of hand. Why you so mad?
This is just weird to me. I don't know what's going on. This basically, it's just like I don't feel like I'm listening to a Kanye album at this point. It feels very disjointed, not focused.
Like a CEO, feeling like the man.
Looking forward to hearing Young Thug. Big fan of Young Thug. I like him quite a bit. I love how he raps.
Whoa, whoa. I owe you a love, a little Titanic. I can't rock your boat. I'm not a brand new rose. I'm not a brand new rose. Jesus sent me brand new clothes. Rich still 32 below.
Oh wow.
Don't you give your love up? This is right sign, yeah. I treat you lovely and righteous and kind, and we'll be less than one another till we die. I give you kids and the drunk over die. Oh, told her, oh my God. Take it to the light like a stroll. Taking me to court like, oh. I'm rising, sleep in my door. I just thought that you should know. I get frozen like the North Pole. Don't you freeze up on a pole. He got this on remote control.
Simply delicious. Oh.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Like at this point, if I know I'm using a somewhat altered track listing, although so far we're basically just in the original Donda track listing. So this is the original. Although I did hear like when it released, I don't know if it was the original or the deluxe version, but when one of these released, he was like taking stuff down and changing the order and changing songs and all kinds of stuff. So it sounds like the release of this album, either the core or the deluxe, was pretty helter-skelter. But right now, we're 12 songs in, and at this point, I'm like really losing interest in the album. Like, I feel like we started out strong, and then we kind of started to wander around a little bit, and now it's just, there's no direction, there's no focus, there's no anything. And even the songs themselves aren't very impressive. I like Young Thug through there, but it also felt like he was kind of holding back. It sounded like he was trying to stick to the structure Kanye had set prior, and maybe trying to stick to the sound of the production a bit, rather than just being a little bit. Something I love about Young Thug is just how free and fun and flowy he is. He just goes out there and plays. His flow is play. And he did it a little bit, but not, it felt like he was just holding back, honestly. Please don't ask again who's up in the van. They're my OnlyFans. Sounds like a reference to OnlyFans. This is my hovercraft. Had another laugh. Got it on remote control like a CEO. I mean, okay. And the production isn't amazing. The lyrics, okay. You know, the theme, okay. Like, there's really just not much here on this one. This outro, I don't know what the hell this outro is about. Kanye samples the Globba, whatever, from the 2012 Christian allegorical animated film Straczynski and the Mysterious House. The character has since become an internet meme sensation, which is strange because I've never seen it before. One theory as to why the sample was included has to do with the popular YouTube video game Donkey. 2 weeks before Kanye's third listening event, Donkey hosted a parody leaked live stream of Donda, during which he played a fictional song called Golden Money, which proved to just be the Glob's famous song. This seemingly arbitrary reference aligns with the popular belief that Kanye spent time researching fan reactions online following multiple Donda listening events. Okay. Following the Chicago listening event, Donkey uploaded a highlights video from the satirical live stream, including the clip. The nonsensical nature of the sample's lyrics could also be a nod to why Kanye replaced the Kid Cudi verse he'd previewed in the second live performance. Wow. So there's like a whole lore event behind this. Holy shit. And honestly, let's finish reading this annotation, and then I'll say what I was going to say here. The verse mainly focused around being single and promiscuous, two things which Kanye decided to avoid on this album, since he and Kim Kardashian announced they would try to work things out at a third live performance of the album with a fake wedding ceremony. So a verse with those memes makes about as much sense as Kanye as the samples lyrics. I'm glad I read all that. And I'm glad just now I learned about these live listenings of the album and Kanye changing stuff based off of reactions online, because I just got done saying how I feel like we've lost all focus and all this other stuff. And, you know, sometimes maybe I'm being unfair in my criticisms, but it sounds like there was no focus. Like, if you're going through and doing live listens or live showings of your unreleased album and then getting reactions and then changing the album, you have no focus. Like, that is kind of the definition. In my opinion, when you make an album, you have an idea, you pursue the idea, you execute it as well as you can, and then you release it. You don't alter it based on reactions and all. Like, you don't do target audiences and test screenings and all that kind of shit. That means you're just trying to appease. You're not trying to achieve a goal. Strange. This is very strange. This is not what I expected from Kanye. Although, at this point in time, he was all over the place to begin with, so I don't know why I expected anything, honestly. Maybe I just had hope. A little bit of my sufferings from a little bit of Kanye hopium as well. That's been going around. Track 13 is called Moon. We got Kid Cudi and Don Toliver on here. DJ Khalil, Boogs the Beast, Evax and Kanye West are producing. Here's track 13, Moon.
I wanna go to the moon. Don't leave so soon. Don't leave so soon. How can I keep going?
This sounds cool. I like the beginning of this. This sounds pretty good.
Don't leave so soon. Don't leave so soon. How can I keep going? I wanna go to the moon. Don't leave so soon. Don't leave so soon. How can I keep going? Here we go, strapping we up. Never forget all the memories. Sitting, I sip on my cup, thinking I should be a better me. Heaven knows I might never sleep. Trouble in my soul.
This is a beautiful song. Pretty. I like it.
Life can be draining. Oh, hey, you relate. Try and keep falling. Oh, I'm ashamed. Hated what I would see, and nobody knows. So I go.
So this song is tough because by itself, isolated, I like it. I like this song. It's a cool song. Pretty chill, good sound, mellow. Don Toliver sounds good. Kid Cudi sounds good. The production matches like the vibe. It's just got this, it's just a cool song. But here, at this point in the album, all this song does is amplify the feeling of where am I? What are we doing? Where are we going? Even albums that don't have like an overarching theme or story or progression from beginning to end through the album, something that tracks all the way through. If an album is just a collection of songs, even in that idea, this album just feels all over the place. It all kind of started with Jonah. I felt like that's where, and that's not like an indictment of that song. That song is fine, but I feel like Jonah is where we started to just kind of go off any kind of path, because it was Jonah, and it was okay, and then the weird Junya song, and then Believe What I Say, which is this thing kind of like a stab at Kim Kardashian, and then this tribute to Kobe Bryant, and then this odd remote control song, and now this, and this is fine. But I just feel like it's a blind man throwing darts at a dartboard, just trying to hit the center. And we don't know where the center is. We don't even know where the dartboard is. We're just throwing stuff. Very strange for Kanye, for me, in my opinion. Especially coming off of Jesus is King. Like, Jesus is King is a short album. This is very long, so not a fair comparison. But Jesus is King was so focused. Very, very focused. And even Life of Pablo, man. Life of Pablo isn't like a short, it's not super long, but it's not like short either. I felt like Life of Pablo was very focused. This is not focused. And I'm making a big deal out of that because that's where my expectation for Kanye is. Like, maybe if you're getting frustrated with what I'm saying, maybe you think I'm just talking shit or I'm not being fair. This is all coming from a point of I hold Kanye pretty high when it comes to making music, making albums, making art. And so this is just so not what he does. I like this song. Donda is not working out for me so far. We're about halfway through. It ain't doing it so far. The next track is called Heaven and Hell. Producers are Andre Donson, Nabian, Algie Volta, Wallace Lane, Bugs the Beast, 88 Keys, Kanye West. Let's see what happens here. Track 14, Heaven and Hell. Wow. Okay. Is that a sample from something here? Originates from the 20 Steel Band 1975 song Heaven and Hell is on Earth. Okay.
No more promos, no more photos, no more logos, no more chocos. We on Bezos, we get payrolls, trips to Legos, connect like Legos. Make this final, make this my eyes closed, burn false idols, Jesus disciples. I can feel your pain now, I done bled my vein now. New level of the game now, simulation change, no more problems, no more.
Okay, a little bit of production coming in.
Asking who really are you? Pray now, hold up, no peace, hold up, police, don't call police, just stay focused, pray for new life, pray for new breath, pray Lord, make sure it's safe for who's left, know you can't find a place to rest.
Wow. Let's go. Ha. What a mess. What a mess. This album feels like when sometimes when we go up skiing and stuff, and well, it'll be like usually we do a family trip and stuff, and we'll get a house to stay in. So all of us are there. The kids are there, my son and the nieces and nephews, and it's snowing, of course, because it's a ski trip. This album feels like when we try to build a snowman. Oh, yeah, let's go build a snowman. It's going to be so much fun. Yay, okay, when you get started, and then as you build the snowman, you know, the snow's falling off, and you just keep kind of like trying to pack stuff in there and pack it onto the snowman, but this falls off, and then like when you try to shove a little stick in for the arm, a little bit of snow falls off, but you pack more snow in there, and you put like this in, and more snow fall. This feels like just like an assembly of broken pieces. It's so odd. It's so odd. It just feels slapped together, and here's this bit that I like, but maybe I never fleshed it out, but I'm going to put it in there. But it doesn't really have a place in the album, but it doesn't matter because now I feel like this album isn't about anything. In like Heaven and Hell specifically, this track, is the track bad? No, it's fine. And that's really what's happening. There's a lot of stuff in here that's just fine. It's fine. But even lyrically, I feel like we've gotten to a point where there's a lot of just overlap. So you've got 3 songs that are kind of doing the same thing, the same way, with the same message. So take them all and cut out the fluff and make it one good song that really pushes that home. Rather than this. And like, where was there was something where he like forced the rhyme by pronouncing the word differently. Yes. Oh my God. New level, the game now, simulation changed. No more problems, no more arguing, no more asking, who really are you? I know the real you. You know we feel you. You know he hears you. You know we with you. Straight from Beirut, Chicago, Beirut. You pray, we pray. Devil lay down level, devil lay down this, that level, make devils pray now. And so it's like, I feel like he's more interested in this idea rather than the actual music. And this last part, this annotation, the way he was doing the grot, the annotation says something about this is reminiscent of some of his parts on the Field of Love from his 28 collaboration project, Kids See Ghosts. I don't remember how that song goes. It's been a while since I listened to it. Feels very scattered. Very odd. Let's move on to track 15, which is called Donda. Maybe this will get us kind of back on track. It's featuring the world famous Tony Williams and Stallone. I don't know who that is. Via Billboard, apparently they're first cousins. Okay. Producers are Uzi Volta, FNZ, Bugs the Beast, Kanye. Here's track 15. Donda, let's see. This is only a 2-minute. This is another thing too, is I feel like some of these songs are Kanye's shortest songs. And maybe that's not his strong suit. You know, maybe he needs more time to build structure and create these things that he normally creates. Maybe these short little bits are just, they don't work. I don't know. Here we go. Drop it in track 15, Donda.
Forever.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Forever. Forever, forever. Gloria, glory, 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 glory.
It feels good to be home. And to all of you, I thank you so much for your support of me for so many years, and more importantly, for the work you continue to do. What do you want me to talk about? Well, he said something that was a little bit dangerous. He told me I could talk about anything I wanted to. And you know, I am my son's mother. From a long line of generations who came before us.
It's the kingdom, and the power, and the glory.
So this is the end of the Lord's Prayer right here. Huh. I like this piano, how he's using the piano.
What did I teach him? And why Kanye ain't scared?
All right, let's click this annotation for this spoken word by Donda West here and see what this is from. I'm going to read the whole thing. This introductory clip includes excerpts from an address by Donda West at Chicago State University in October of 2007. It was a speech celebrating the life and works of renowned poet and writer Gwendolyn Brooks, who would have turned 90 in 2007. Donda West was a professor of English and specialized in education as well as advocating for African-American social issues throughout her career. In this recorded speech, she references her book, also published in 2007, Raising Kanye, Life Lessons from the Mother of a Hip-Hop Superstar. Although a minor theme of her speech, she does touch on how Kanye's body of work is a modern and crucial extension of the work of the intelligentsia of the African-American, I don't know this word, diaspora? I don't know that word. Reaching a new generation in ways that the establishment is unable to do. By including excerpts from this speech, Kanye pays tribute to the work done before him by artists and poets such as Gwendolyn Brooks. Arts and literature always played a part in Kanye's childhood thanks to Donda's influence. Kanye also includes excerpts of his mother reciting a Gwendolyn Brooks poem of Praise God. It's also worth noting that this speech came just a few weeks before Donda's passing in November of 2007. Okay. Again, like, I don't have a problem with anything specifically with this, but hopefully, I don't know. Let's see what track 16 brings. Like, maybe this is a precursor to the next song. Yeah. I really don't want to say anything about this until I hear the next song, because I'm hoping there's some sort of association between the two. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's keep going, because there's really not a whole lot to talk about. Like on its own, like this, something like this needs context, around it to add impact to what it is. Without it, it feels like Kanye just liking the idea, and that's about it. So let's move forward to track 16, which is called Keep My Spirit Alive. It's featuring Kanye, The Machine, and Westside Gunn. We got Dem Joints, Rico Nichols, Darius Woodley, FNZ, Boogs the Bee, Saji Volta, and Kanye West. So let's listen to track 16 and see if this gives context to what we just heard. Here we go. Keep My Spirit Alive.
Keep my spirit alive. Keep my spirit alive.
And so maybe his memory of his mother keeps his spirit alive. I'm gonna keep that idea just as a baseline.
Spirit won't die. Oh, my life is in his hands, so I don't stress. I pray and strategize.
Yo, flush the work just in time and ain't ready, thank God. Thank God. Screaming through the GT roof like we done made it, thank God. Thank God. 100-round drum didn't jam when my shooter tried spit, thank God. Thank God. Drop 1,000 grams, got 2,000 grams when we waited, thank God. Thank God.
I'm surprised Kanye allows this verse. Honestly, given everything that we've heard, especially with the censoring and stuff, but I'm surprised he is okay with Westside Gunn talking about flush the work in time and they raided. Thank God. Like we flushed all the drugs before they got here. My 100-round drum didn't jam when my shooter tried to spray it, or didn't. I'm confusing that now. Basically, it makes more sense when he spits it out. Couple thousand grams, got 2,000 grams when we waited. Like the idea of flushing the drugs in time and making extra money because we waited to sell our drugs and shooters. I'm surprised he has kept that in here. That's it. It's surprising. That's my commentary. Let's back it up a little bit.
Yeah. Don't hate me cause my heart is full of love. No weapon formed against me cause I'm covered in the blood. Laying in the hospital when I got shot, fam. Mama prayed for me, said she left it in God's hands. Yeah, so I'ma leave it in God's hands. Everything I'm doing now is God's plan. Doctor said I wouldn't walk no more, now I stand. Then I ran, here I am, machine.
Now that makes way more sense in the context of the song.
More than anything.
Although maybe Kanye's doing a thing of like the duality of man or something.
Schools with the fast food, bad attitudes and a bad mood. If you don't turn to a little Gotti, they gon' drain all the strength in your little body. They turn me into a little Gotti. Yeah. Now Wakanda, but Wakanda is kinda like what we about to make. And who gon' make it? Conda. Who the squad Donda? Who the mom Donda? Who can see Donda? Get Don C. Who needs practice?
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
do rehearsals and I don't do commercials, cause they too commercial.
Oh, my life is in his hands, so I don't stress, I pray and strategize.
Huh. It's fine. It's fine. Like, except for the Wakanda, but Wakanda's kind of like what we about to make it. Who's going to make it? Khan. Duh. Oh, my God. So dumb. I honestly can't remember the last song I listened to on this album where I went, yeah, that was great. West Side Gun, I don't have a problem with his verse. It's just very odd to have in this track. Machine's verse makes much more sense. It's much better placed. Kanye's verse. Who's Lil Gotti? Who's Gotti? John Gotti, American Gangster. Okay, I knew that a little bit. I just forgot. It turned me into a gangster. Sure, okay. I don't do commercials because they too commercial. Very insightful. They're very insightful. But this song, even this song, like the production is fine, and the message, like Conway the Machine's verse is good. The song itself, it's just fine. It's just fine. That's it. It's fine. It's fine. There's another word that is often used. I'm using the word fine because it's less offensive, but there's another word. It begins with the letter M that people toss around all the time, but I'm not going to say it. But yeah, okay. But really, the biggest issue I have with this song is not the message itself. I like the message, but at track 17, we've heard this message about 8 or 9 times now, and there's nothing specific in this song that makes this stand out or makes it important to be heard again. So far, like the impression, the experience I'm having with this is very much just like hodgepodge. Throw this in there, throw this in there, throw this in there, throw this in there. It's not focused. It's not cohesive. It's a little repetitive. The production isn't blowing me away. Let's keep going. The next one's pretty long. Actually 9 minutes. Jesus Lord, featuring Jay Electronica, who sounds familiar. Who am I thinking of? Not Jay Electronica. What's that instrumental that I really like? Everyone loves Donuts by Jay Dilla, but there's another one. It's all beats. That's really good. Oh, it's escaping me now, the name of it. Both the producer and the name of the album. We got Mike Deans, we got Swizz Beatz, Kanye, and Gesaffelstein, I suppose is how you say that. Let's jump into Jesus Lord. Long track, 9 minutes. Here we go. Oh, there we go.
Tell me if you know someone that needs Jesus. Now we've been through a lot of things. Tell me if you know someone that needs Jesus.
Cool beat.
Sitting by myself, I'm just thinking about all I've been through. I wish I was dreaming. Man, it's hard to be an angel when you're surrounded by demons. I watch so many people leave. I see them changed by the season. That's mama's seasoning. God got you. The devil's watching. He just peeking in. I know I made a promise that I'd never let the reaper in. But lately I've been losing all my deepest friends. And lately I've been swimming on the deepest end. It's just drugs, it ain't no hugs, it ain't no love there. You've been down so much you don't even know what's upstairs. Suicidal thoughts got you wondering what's up there. And why they introduce a party, they say it's up there. Too many pills, so much potion, so much pain, too many emotions. And everything that you do good, it just go unnoticed. Then they tell you that you good and just stay focused. Mama, you was the life of the party. I swear you brought life to the party. When you lost your life, it took the life out the party. That woman rode with me like a Harley. Visions of my cousin in the cell really scarred me. Moving to the hood was like signing up for the army. Cause they been killing since watching Barney. You want dreams to come true, but I had nightmares. Cause if that come to life, then I might not be right here. Been in the dark so long, don't know what the light here. But I'm just reaching for the stars like Buzz Lightyear. And now I'm light years ahead of those nightmares. I deaded those night tears.
I like the sample being used, his own sample, the Jesus Lord. It sounds really good.
And if I die tonight, will I see her in the afterlife? But back to reality where everything's a tragedy. You better have a strategy or you could be a statistic. He gotta show him that it's that real. He ran up on him with the pipe like staying still. You took my brother's life, you made my mother cry. Tell me one reason I shouldn't send you up to Christ. He said, go ahead, take my life, I seen everything but Christ. Then big bro just blacked out and all you seen was the light.
That was great. Finally something with some focus. Something with some intensity, honestly, a little bit of intensity too. And it's woven together well, and there's layers to it. There's multiple characters in there. It weaves the message in. It clashes. It creates the contradiction between love and Jesus and the Lord and life and the horrors that happen. Which plays well off of the opening chorus. Tell me if you know someone that needs. And here's this whole woven tapestry of people in need. So finally, and talks about his mom a little bit. Finally touches on his mom a little bit. I mean, there's been hints here and there, but I feel like this is the first time we've really touched on it. Mama, you was the life of the party. I swear you brought life to the party. When you lost your life, it took the life out of the party. That woman rode with me like a Harley. And this opening section too, man. All I've been through, I wish I was dreaming. It's hard to be an angel when you're surrounded by demons. I watched so many people leave. Let's see, where was another? But lately I've been losing all my deepest friends. I've been swimming on the deepest ends. It's just drugs. It ain't no hugs. Ain't no love there. You've been down so much, you don't even know what's upstairs. Suicidal thoughts got you wondering what's up there. And while I introduce the party, as you say, it's up there. Too many pills, so much potions, so much pain, too many emotions. And everything that you do good, it just go unnoticed. Which feeds into some of the stuff this is obvious for Kanye's life, but even some stuff he's touched on earlier in the album. But yeah, all the stuff he's being judged for, all the terrible things, right? All the things that we all know about, because anytime the media outlets can push it to make money off of it. But if he does something good, it just gets ignored. That would drive you crazy. That would drive you crazy. Excellent verse. There's some cheese in there, but that's okay. That's all right. Excellent verse. And this little sample that he's using of himself, the Jesus and Lord ad-lib sample at the end of the lines, is excellent. I finally listen. I feel like I'm listening to Kanye West right now. Finally. Let's keep going.
In the name of the true and living God, the beneficent, the merciful, thank you for bringing me up the rough side of the mountain like Earthru. Every knee bowed and every tongue confessed and paid homage to the monk who visit Rothschilds like the loneliest dead Panonica. It's J-elect Andronica coming through your monitor. Andronica. The son of man and the son of Donda. I never rode the Jix or the R6 or the Honda, but I flew my Ducati through North America like Wakanda. Earthquakes will strike this nation for what Bush did to Rwanda, what the Clintons did to Haiti, and Downing Street did to Ghana. Into Postland, they call me Terremoto, El Negro Loco. I shake the tech Time to play to the game if I lay one vocal. The God is interstellar while you fellas remain local. My bars is like the pyramid temples of Paco Volta. As sure as the DOJ confirmed Ezekiel's will, I can change the world like I cool, but 2 pieces of steel. My swore to my microphone, I swore to the Christ stone. But when you break, they wanna say you took a L, Jose Castillo. I'm in the fight here for what seemed like light years. My rugged cross and thorny crown squeeze out Christ tears. 30 pieces of silver clout, my Pierre Price tier. It's a war outside, it's a war outside. It's like the last days of Sodom and Gomorrah outside.
This is a great track. This is a great track. That was a great verse. There's tons of references in there, so I'm not gonna go through the verse. That was a great verse. Great verse. He cracked it off. That was a good one.
Tell me if you know someone that needs
And we haven't even been to jail. We've been looked at and treated as criminals for being a part of this family. My father's true.
I want to read the annotation for who this is before I sit and listen to the rest of this. So Larry Hoover Jr. talks about his father, Sr., the former leader and founder of Street Gang Gangsters Disciples in Chicago. Hoover has been sentenced to 6 life sentences for murder, conspiracy, extortion, so on. He has been serving his sentence since 73 in Colorado. His son is thanking Kanye for taking his father's case to the Oval Office. In October of 2018, he visited Donald Trump and pleaded for clemency. Kanye made a remarkable statement during the visit, saying he believes that in an alternate universe, he is Hoover. Oh. So here's the quote. So it's very important for me to get Hoover out because in an alternate universe, I am him. And I have to go and get him free because he was doing positive inside of Chicago, just like how I'm moving back to Chicago. And it's not just about, getting on stage and being an entertainer and having a monolithic voice that's forced to be a specific party. The visit and Kanye's support for Trump became controversial, although Kanye later withdrew his support for the former president in an interview with Forbes. The plea for clemency was unsuccessful, as Hoover Sr. is still incarcerated. Okay, so that's who that is.
When I graduate from high school, he'll be home. I went away to Morris Brown. I graduated, and he still ain't home. Now I'm an adult, and my daughter went away to college and graduated. He's still not home. But even more than that, my son, he graduated 8th grade, and we still waiting. Matter of fact, he hasn't hugged, kissed, or touched any of his grandchildren, and they haven't been able to touch their grandfather. Even though it is not seen that way for some of us, but for many of us, Larry Hoover is a beacon of hope for his community who deserves to breathe free air. Free my father, Mr. Larry Hoover Sr.
That last section reminds me of that song I was talking about off of Life of Pablo, Lowlights. When I was graduating from high school, they said he's home, he's not home, graduate. All these mile markers of when my father has not come home yet. Father has not come home yet. Father has not come home yet. That reminds me of that. I feel like there could be a hidden double meaning in there where Kanye just is waiting for Jesus to come back, and he still hasn't come back, and he still hasn't come back, and he still hasn't come back. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's the intention, but it certainly comes to mind when I listen to this because it's a very long, drawn-out thing, especially when you consider that he's in prison for all these awful things and serving 6 life sentences. And look, I get the point, because the conditions in this society is what made him. Okay, I'm not trying to argue one way or the other. But it is a little unusual to have such a long outro about a man who is serving multiple life sentences for the things that he has done. I also too feel like there's another meaning of everyone deserves forgiveness, which is what the Bible teaches as well. Interesting song, man. I really liked Jay Electronica's verse. He did a great job. I like too that Kanye was talking about himself, which was good because it gives it a personal feel. But then Jay Electronica touches on a lot of different locations around the planet, And so you have both a personal feel and a worldwide feel, which is great with this kind of message. Now, can we stay on track? I feel like this track is important. I feel like this is one that is focused and does have meaning and does have purpose when so much has just been kind of helter-skelter. So let's move on to, this is going to be track 18. It's called New Again. Kanye, Mia Wallace, 88 Keys, Dem Joints, Wallace Lane, Boogs the Beast, which is a great name, Aji Volta. I always say his name last because I'm always nervous about mispronouncing it, but then I just say it the same way every time, so I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, here we go. Track 18, New Again.
If I hit you with a W-I-D, you better not hit me with a H-E-Y. It better be like, hi, with a bunch of eyes, or hey, with a bunch of Y's.
Okay.
I lit 100 lies, so that mean I had 100 wives, and I am just simply high off life for the 100 times. Never let nobody curb me that don't deserve me. Should I really bought the Burberry last Thursday? Wear a different color jersey every Thursday. Posting me in Malibu, you posting pics in Jersey. It's to lay me or play me a bigger flex though. Cause you know you never live up to my ex though. If we dive, it's the deep end, baby, let's go. Or be gone by the weekend, baby, XO. Most insane out of body experience. And I repent for everything I'ma do again.
Everything I'm gonna do again.
And I repent for everything I'ma do again. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your mercy. Make me new. Make me new again. Make me new again. Make me new again. Make me new again. I repent for everything that I'ma do again. Make me new again. Make me new again.
I repent for everything that I'm going to do again.
Make me new again. Make me new again. Make me new again.
Is it just going to do this the whole way without production?
Make me new again. Make me new again. Make me new again.
Uh-huh.
Make me new again.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Good.
Make me new again. Make me new again. Make me new again.
This song is it's very curious to me because I want to dismiss it because I'm not into it. But then I wonder, sometimes Kanye can be very sneaky. This album has been tricky. It's been very challenging. But I feel like, what if that's the point? I want to dismiss this. What if that's what he is expressing is, does he have these feelings, these dismissive feelings of asking for forgiveness, of repenting, when he knows he's just going to do it again? I repent for everything I'm going to do again. Does this constant cycle of doing the thing and then repenting and then doing the thing and repenting, does this constant cycle feel ridiculous? I want to dismiss it. Does it even have meaning? That kind of a thing. I don't know, man. The intro, all this energy. I don't know. Very strange. Very strange. Yeah. Again, it's just one of those songs where it's fine, but like the ending is kind of annoying. But maybe that's the point. That's the thing. I just don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's just making songs that aren't that great. I don't know if he's on some sort of like meta level where I'm going to make this annoying on purpose because I, as a person, feel annoyed by this cycle of sinning and repenting, but I know I'm going to literally go do the thing I'm repenting for now. And by, spamming this idea of make me new again, it's like somebody just spamming a reset button just so that it could go out and happen again over. Like, I don't know. And then you got this thing about being high off of life again. But does he mean it? Because it seems almost like A parody? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how to take any of this. This one on track 19, which is called Television. It's featuring Pop Smoke, who is somebody I want to listen to. Enter the Woo. I want to check that out someday. Producers are LG Volta, FNZ, Boogs the Beast, and Kanye West. Track 19, Television. Like, I don't know what the point of that song is. It's fine. Again, it's fine. So why is it in here? I mean, it feels like there's so much filler in this album. And this was released after Pop Smoke had died. And this is an alternate version of his posthumously released 2021 track of the same name. It's like, why is it here? I don't get it. And again, like constantly, these songs, they're not bad, but they're not great. I probably would never go and put this on a playlist. I'd never sit down and listen to it on its own. I wouldn't necessarily skip it, but I wouldn't be excited that it came on. Let's keep going. Track 20 is called Lord, I Need You. Producers are Fallen, Evax, LG Volta, FNZ, Boogs the Beast, Wheezy, and Kanye West. Here we go, track 20, Lord, I Need You.
Wrap your arms around with your mercy. I give up on doing things my way.
Huh.
When you
I like that.
Ring, you really meant a ring, huh? Turned out to be more than just a fling, huh? 3 hours to get back from Palm Springs, huh? Who you know spent an hour in Walgreens, huh? You know you'll always be my favorite prom queen.
I like the production on this one. Nice sound.
Jeans. Too many complaints made it hard for me to think. Would you shut up? I can't hear myself drink. We used to do the freak like 7 days a week. It's the best collab since Taco Bell and KFC. Talk to me nicely, don't come at me loud. You had a Benz of 16, I could barely afford an Audi. Time when silence a luxury. Cussing at your baby mama, guess that's why they call it custody. God got
oh my
us,
God,
God
dude.
got the children. The devil run the playground, but God on the building. Time and space is a luxury.
Where's it out of here?
Your gun off safety. Speak first, don't break me.
Okay.
Harsh words, you're angry. Lord, don't take me. Oh, oh.
What? Who is this song about?
Around with your mercy.
I don't know how. I mean, there's some cheesy ass lines on this one. We used to freak 7 days a week. It's the best collab since Taco Bell and KFC. Like, come on. Lots of annotations in here. The summary says it's about his breakup with Kim Kardashian, so I'm assuming this is all going to relate to stuff that they had done together. Billionaire sports, step up to the court. They rented a room. We bought the resort. God got me, baby. God got the children. The devil run the playground, but God owned the building. This line too, cussing at your baby mama. Guess why that's why they call that custody. Jesus. But you came here to show that you're still in love with me. So apparently, this is a reference to Kim Kardashian attending the Donda event. Okay. Starting to feel like you ain't been happy for me lately. Remember when you used to come around and serenade me? I guess it's gone different in a different direction lately. Trying to do the right thing with the freedom that you gave me. Huh. Again, there's nothing wrong with the song. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've kind of given up on this album. It's just so haphazard. And it's odd too. It's called Lord, I Need You, but it's about Kim Kardashian. Oh, maybe there's some double meaning there. Like, oh my God, I need you type of thing. that type of thing. So it's not like literal Lord, I need you, but more of a telling somebody, oh Lord, I need you so much type of thing. That makes a little bit more sense. Oh, you know what? I think I just misunderstood it. Lord, I need you to wrap your arms around, although it's capitalized. Need you to wrap your arms around me. I think there's double meaning there. I think it's very much a religious statement, but also it's him telling her that I need you to wrap your arms around me. I need you to tell me everything's going to be all right. Like basically he wants her back. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. You had a Benz at 16. I could barely afford an Audi. I think they're both expensive cars. I don't really know what the difference is there. Okay, so there's a song. Another song about Kim Kardashian. Okay, great. Great. Let's move on to track 21, which is called Pure Souls. Featuring Shensia and Roddy Ricch. We got Mike Dean, Aji Volta, Bastian Volkel, Shuko, Sakuki, Bugs the Beast, Fireman, Kanye, Twisco. Dropping into 21, Pure Souls.
Life changed when you famous. I remember back before the change, we was nameless. Went through stages just to hop on new stages. Open up your eyes.
Chains, Nameless.
I cannot
That's pretty
sell
good.
my soul. And I cannot sell my soul. And I cannot sell my soul. And I cannot sell my soul. Jesus saved my soul. And I cannot sell my soul. I've been at the top shining like a light pole. And I'm just a product of whatever I was raised in. This money sanctified, so I gotta say it again. They said I was mad at the Grammys, but I'm looking at my Grammy right now. Put up on yeah, and I said they don't understand me. I just want my dog to pipe down. Cause when you really came from the trenches, you was raised in the trenches. You feel like you trailblazed for the trenches. I hope God can forgive me for the days that I was sinning. The truth is only what you get away with, huh? You already lying.
The truth is only what you get away with.
All of my friends love the gangbang. How we in my car and you say we ain't in the same lane? When we both had pellies on and we was scamming for the prom before Chief Keepers bang bang. Always had mob ties, stood on my 6 points. How could I not rise? Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, but I'm not 5. This Southside and we outside. 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 And for all the guys I went to the White House and said free the old man.
That's gotta be that guy we just listened about on the other track.
Personal worth is not what a person is worth. I could give $1 to every person on earth. It ain't how I used to be. This a new me, so get used to me. It ain't how I used to be. This the new me, so get used to me. Looking in the mirror is the truth for me. Looking at my kids is the proof for me. Devil get behind me, I'm loose, I'm free. Father, Holy Spirit, let loose on me. Father, I'm yours exclusively. The truth is only what you get away with, huh?
I'm gonna pause right here. This section right here, what we just listened to, this bridge. This is gonna be kind of harsh, okay? So just fair warning. This is my own personal opinion on Kanye. This is what I believe. This doesn't mean it's true. This doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just sharing this with you for the sake of sharing it, because that's the whole point of all this, right? I think Kanye is trying to convince himself this is true. He wants to believe it ain't how it used to be. This is the new me, so get used to me. Look in the mirror, the truth. Look at my kids, the proof. Devil's behind me. I'll loose, I'm free. Father, Holy Spirit, let loose on me. I'm yours exclusively. He wants that to be true, but it's not. I don't think he believes it. He wants to believe it. He says it a lot. I feel like he is trying to convince himself of this. It comes up a lot. There's just something about all of I don't know, and you know, it's hard to say because Kanye's mental state is all over the place. But basically, in my opinion, when something is true to you as a person or to true to anyone, they don't go around having to say it all the time because it's true. It's a fact. It's a state. It's a part of existence. That's it. I don't go around telling people I'm bald. I'm bald. I shave my head. I always have to shave my head. I like having a bald head. I know. We know it's there. Yeah. Although, I mean, you could the counter argument that immediately pops into my head is like the people who are, obsessive about being vegetarian or who knows what. Like, I mean, that's very cliche stereotype bullshit right there. But this is where I genuinely hope Kanye can find, or has found, and maybe I'm just way out of my own fucking lane here, peace. I don't know. I personally doubt it because he says this a lot and he goes off and does some crazy ass shit. Anyway, let's keep going. We'll finish this one up. Let's get a long outro here too. It's really gonna do this for 2 minutes on the outro. Even this part makes me feel like Kanye trying to convince himself. I mean, maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm holding a bias against Kanye. Maybe he really is trying to express this message. Maybe he's trying to reach other people with this work, but all I hear is him struggling with his own belief structure. That's all I hear. And it's mostly because of the repetitive nature of what he's doing. In literature, so I've spent a decent amount of time in my life writing. I have actually written 2 novels. I haven't released them. I just spent a lot of spare time. It was mostly when I was working nights, and I didn't like switching back and forth when I was off because my sleep schedule would just get ruined. So I'd kind of stay on like a swing shift when I was off. So I'd be up at night late when it was just me, and there was nothing to really do. And so I spent a lot of time practicing writing, and I enjoyed it. Haven't been doing it in years because I haven't had the time. I've been doing this instead. But something in literature that you learn is the more you say something in literature, the less impact it has in the story. If you say it one time the right way, in an impactful way, it really has a lot of meaning. But the more you push it, the less impact it has. And Kanye is suffering from that tremendously in this album. The more he pushes these ideas and says these things, the less it becomes noise, essentially. And how many times has he told us he I'm not going to sell my soul and all this other stuff, and I just basically it gets to a point where I don't believe him. I just don't believe him anymore. Because it doesn't take 100 minutes to tell me the same thing. You could do this in 10, And I mean, maybe I'm not being entirely fair here. He's going on, he's talking about, I was one of the weirdos of the pure soul that would go to the flea market to buy fake clothes. Every color Jabbards, every color is cold. Well, when he says fake clothes, is he talking about secondhand clothes, fake clothes. Okay, so secondhand clothes is fake clothes, right? I was kind of hoping that he was going to spin that around to be something where buying all these expensive clothes was actually the fake clothes, but that's all right. So he's talking about coming up when he's young. After all the jokes, I'm the one that was chose. All of my friends love to gangbang. How we in my car, you say we're in the same lane. Yeah, I don't, it gets to a point I don't believe him. And so that the issue then, okay, if you have a message that you're going to push and your album is largely about that message, that's great. But if you lose your audience in telling that message, you've now lost the message as well. The message is gone because you've lost the audience. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel with this. Like, geez, man. Let's keep going. There's only a couple songs. I mean, we're kind of getting close to the end here. I think we have 2 more tracks. Yeah, so Come to Life and No Child Left Behind would be the final 2 tracks on the original Donda before the part 2s come in. So this is Come to Life. This is 22 off of this playlist I created. We've got Kanye West, Mike Dean, Warren Campbell, Jeff Basker, Alci Volta, Twisco. Let's jump into 22. Come to Life.
My soul cries out hallelujah, and I thank God for saving me. I thank God for...
Here go all your problems again. 3, 2, 1, your pen. Uncle now he back in the pen. Auntie shut down again. Did she finally come to life? Ever wish you had another life? Ever wish you had another life? Ever wish you had another life? Don't you wish the night would go long? I've been feeling low for so long. I ain't had a high in so long. I've been in the dark for so long. Night is always darkest for the dawn. Gotta make my mark before I'm gone. I don't wanna die alone. I don't wanna die alone. I get mad when she gone. Mad when she home. Sad when she gone.
Mad when she's gone. Mad when she's home.
Sad when she gone. Floating on a silver lining.
In the name of Jesus.
Yeah, you know where to find me. Riding on a silver lining. And my God won't deny me. Tell the devil, get behind me. All the stars are aligned. Lift me up every time. You know exactly where to find me.
You know, it's something I want to say about the message. I don't have a problem with the message at all. I'm not Christian, so I mean, but it doesn't bother me. This doesn't bother me at all.
Come to life. Should've wrote them down in pen, and maybe they'll come to life.
Here we go. I was just gonna say, kind of waiting for the production to do something.
To life. Sadness setting in again. 3, 2,
There we
1,
go.
your pen. I'll go right back to the pen. Tell me how Auntie been.
I like this section a lot. This sounds great.
You know where to find me. They cannot define me, so they crucify me. House of flames when I leave. Come and purify
I like this part a lot. This is great.
me. You the air that I breathe, a ultra light beam. Brought a gift to Northie. All she want was Nikes. This is not about me. God is still alive. So I'm free.
Yeah, this is great. This is great right here. This is great.
Floating on a silver lining.
It just says, so when I'm free. When I'm free. So he's not free yet. Not about me, God is still alive, so I'm free. Floating on a silver lining, so when I'm free. I don't know, man. I love this section. I mean, I finally feel like I got to hear some production that I enjoy, that I actually enjoyed, rather than feeling like it's just fine. And that's another issue with this album for me too, is it's the production overall has been pretty mediocre. Just okay. Not bad, not great. It just doesn't, it feels like an echo of Kanye. It doesn't feel like Kanye. Let's keep going. This is called, track 23 is No Child Left Behind. So, I'm reading the summary. I don't want to read the summary. It's talking about first official snippet, but whatever. Oh, so I guess this is the first thing that people heard on the rollout or whatever. But this would be the final version off the original album before the part 2. So essentially, this is the end of the album. Essentially, I'm approaching it with that in mind. Let's drop in track 23, No Child Left Behind. Oh, here we go. We got Vori on here, which he did a good job earlier. Cashmere Brown, Books to Bees, Kanye West, Gesaffelstein. Here we go. Track 23. No Child Left Behind was like a George Bush thing, right? Yeah.
No child left behind. 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 Back again, I use my back against the wall. Never caught on y'all, never count on y'all.
There you go.
Always count on God.
Like that. Good little crack off the flow right there.
He's done miracles on me.
Okay. I mean, I feel dumb because I'm not reacting, but there's nothing to react to. This is... Yeah. I mean, it's barely a song. Barely a song. Okay, so that's
Two lessons that he...
Oops, sorry. I have nothing to say about that song at all. So that's the end of the album for the normal Donda. Well, without the part 2s. I'm glad I'm not listening to the part 2s. I would not have any patience for it at this point. So here's 3 additional tracks that came from the deluxe version. People told me I got to put these on. Never Abandon Your Family, Up From the Ashes, Life of the Party. Life of the Party is going to be the only... I've got the singles version, so it's not censored. That's going to be the only swearing we're going to hear during this entire time. So let's check out Never Abandon Your Party. There's only 2 producers, Aji Volta and Kanye. These are part of the deluxe version. Here we go. Dropping in track 24 off of this playlist.
2 lessons that he passed along to his children. The first is that no matter what, you never abandon your family. The second was that no matter what, you love unconditionally. It is that kind of love that made my father the kind of father and the kind of man he is. He vowed that he would never walk away from his family, and he never has.
You know why my spirit's called.
I just want to touch on this real quick, and then we'll listen to the song. It sounds very antithesis of maybe what he experienced with Kim Kardashian. And now, obviously, this is Donda talking about her father. So this is Kanye's grandfather. But think about how Kanye feels about his mom and how much he respects her and loves her and looks up to her and all this other stuff. And here's his mother talking about his grandfather with respect and admiration. So her words matter, obviously. And then you probably... I immediately think of, okay, what was the experience Kanye had with Kim and what ultimately happened? The love was not unconditional and family was abandoned. So that matters a lot to me in regards to Kanye, context, all that kind of stuff.
And he never has.
You know
my spirit's calling. Darkness can't take light from me. Haven't you gone far enough? Sacrifice the ones you love. Gave up on your sanity.
Gave up.
Let's untwisted fantasy. What would I say to everything? Your actions cause everything.
Here we go. Yeah. Here we go.
My family. I'm losing my family. I'm losing my family.
This is sad. This is pretty sad.
Daddy, how could you leave? She don't know what this means. How'd you become so mean? I wish I never screamed alcohol when you breathe. These things, these things, these things, these things, they sting. Daddy, promise you'll stay. Don't you love me?
Hot damn, dude.
Love me.
Two lessons that he passed along to his children. The first is that no matter what, you never abandon your family. It's that no matter what, you never abandon your family. It's that no matter what,
Okay,
you never...
I get it. I can read it. I get it. This is tough for me because this is a great song in terms of Kanye. Clearly, he is suffering here. So I feel like this is a beautiful song for Kanye to create and express. But it's, well, I don't want to say but. There's a lot of torture inside. So this guy's got to get some fucking therapy, man. That's all there is to it. None of this shit will ever change until he starts getting like professional help. That's it. And I don't say that to disregard or disrespect his religious beliefs. I'm very much left with the impression that he feels like he can pray all of this away. I disagree. That doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean he's right. I'm not trying to approach this from a who's right, wrong type of a thing. But in my opinion, God, the suffering that Kanye is expressing and whatever is stirring around inside of him, man, it's not gonna get fixed until he seeks professional help. And you know what? Maybe I'm way out of my lane here because I don't know much about the guy. Maybe he already has sought professional help, but I don't know. So I mean, maybe I'm just wrong as all get out. God, man, this poor guy. Now, as a song, I mean, it's a good song in terms of what Kanye's doing and what it means to him and what he's expressing. But as a song, I don't really want to listen to it. Like, I'm not gonna go pop on that "Never Abandon Your Family" track and oh yeah, listen to that. I want to listen to that. Not really. It's one of those instances where sometimes music can get so personal, it becomes too personal, and therefore the audience can't connect to it. Now, I'm sure there are people out there who can connect to it, and I feel for you. Nobody should have to go through this. I mean, this is awful. This verse 2, like what he's describing in verse 2 is awful. Mommy's screaming at me, Daddy, how could you leave? Don't you love? I mean, this is heartbreaking shit right here. Let's move on. Next one is called Up From the Ashes. Producers are Angel Lopez, Timbaland, Federico, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, HG, Sean Leon, Kanye West. Here is Up From the Ashes.
Up from the ashes into the sky, found a redeemer, how I survived. Boys hug their mothers, Mary and Christ. Your light has healed me, blessed with new life.
Ah, nice. guitar.
I could tell you, he couldn't show you. God in heaven shining on you. Through your message, now I know you. I come to you empty, free of my pride.
Oh, that sounds good too, right there. Oh, nice. Nice. I like this one. Oh, they cut off been set free. Interesting.
Free of my pride.
Why does this sound familiar right here? Makes me think of Extentation.
I come to you empty.
Straight, like, so that song is like a great example. That feels like a summary of this album, honestly, where there's parts that are great, but it just feels so incomplete. Like, especially the production, like some cool, guitar stuff going on. I like what the choir is doing and stuff. And that's it. It doesn't feel fleshed out. It doesn't feel focused. It doesn't feel like it has a real point. This is the 20th song that we've heard about your light has healed me and blessed with your life. And and again, I don't have a problem with that message, but when you just say the same thing over and over again, it turns into noise. Let's go to the final track. This will be interesting to hear after everything being censored. It's a fairly long song, 6.5 minutes. It's got Andre 3000. Apparently, Andre 3000 wanted the cursing or whatever. He didn't want this censored, so I don't know the whole story, but there's a version that is censored on the deluxe version of Donda, and then this is a single. So for whatever reason, they released this as a single to allow the swearing to exist, and I'm sure that was part of Kanye's vision for the album, whatever. Lots of producers, you guys can see here. Let's drop into the final track, Life of the Party. Well, this isn't the final track. This is just a single. Here we go. Life of the Party, Andre 3000, single version, not censored.
It's after hours at that glamorous night spot, and you're taking it easy, swapping personal experiences. Let's listen in America today.
Life of the party. I almost find. It's the life of the party. To think I could have almost died. Lord help us.
Hey, Miss Donda, you running to my mama, please tell her I said say something. I'm starting to believe ain't no such thing as heaven's trumpets. No after over, this is it done. If there's a heaven, you would think they let you speak to your son.
Oh, wow.
Maybe she has in the form of a baby's laugh I heard passing by in a stroller, reminding me, hey, keep rolling on, no. Maybe she has with the prick of a blade of grass I've been laying on way too long. Got me itchy, got up and roamed a little more. Miss Donda, you see my mama, tell her I'm lost. You see, she'd always light a cigarette. We talk, I would cough, exaggerating a little bit so she get the point. Trying to get her to stop smoking, I would lead and fire up a joint till I quit. Started back up again, 20 years later, all that time, y'all thought a nigga was high. Thought I was crazy, my mom, she ain't cut no corners, got me back on track. I don't miss her overstepping, but do miss her showing 7 civilian life shit. Miss Donda, see my mama whisper her this. The real reason I was geeked to go to church must confess. When y'all grown-ups would be in Bible study, that girl helping me with my homework, her and I were fucking so pure and perverted, so spirit spinning and dirty, so on and so on. We hope that no one heard it. Shh. And to this day, I think her mama knew, but let us explore. Miss Donda, you see my father, please ask him why. He never married, always smiled, but was he happy inside? Because I carry my mother's name, did he carry shame with him? I'm sure she did it out of spite, 'twas her decision at birth. Shit, she probably would hurt. Poor baby, two young people with different views, a lot for a young lady. No coincidence, they both passed away from heart conditions. There's a dissidence at play. Dad and mom do hard division, 3,000. Poster child for big dick niggas raised by their mothers. I'm supposed to smile as if God knew that I would be trouble. Keeps me around for what I don't know, but I do know that it's crucial that we do so pronto. I don't know how much long though.
Straight from Shibuya on some Zen.
That was a great verse.
Back ramped up, we
that was a
on
really
10.
good verse.
It's a marathon and look, we coming for the win. Just like Puff told Christopher, we gon' win big. Put the
Christopher
whole
is
family
Biggie,
on.
right?
Look at what my Kim did. Just like Puff told Christopher, we gon' win big. We gon' win big.
Wow.
Oh, that's a Biggie ad-lib, isn't it?
Really? Get off Scott.
It sounded like
I'm
Biggie.
talking really.
Especially that
Get off
that was
knees, that's if
distinct.
you're with me. Get off your knees, that's if you're with me. Get off your knees and let's get free. Get off your knees and let's get free. Really, I mean really. Really, I mean
I like the production. Initially I was thinking, I kind of would like
I don't need police.
a little more, but I like the softness of it now.
For the real me, I've been
That's okay. Okay. We going
What
slow.
is-
We going slow down. It's okay.
There's a clip from a video where DMX and his daughter ride the slingshot at an amusement park.
It's already over. Yay! You did it. Big girl. It's already over. It's already over. It's already over. Daddy right here. Daddy right here. I told you I'm not gonna let you go. I'm not gonna let you go, Bombers, okay? Daddy got you. Daddy gonna bring us all the way down. Okay? How was it? We done. You did a good job. It was scary. Our daughter got more.
So the whole life of the party thing, was it Jesus Lord? I think that that was it. Where Kanye's talking about when you lost your life, the party lost its life. You were always the life of the party. So life of the party feels like a very direct reference to Donda, which in this context makes a lot of sense. Talking about DMX being there for his daughter. Obviously, it's a role reversal there, but that's a great little nod. Andre 3000, great verse, man. Miss Donda, if you run into my mama, please tell her I said say something. God, that hits right there, man. Say something. I'm starting to believe ain't no such thing as heaven's trumpets. No, after over, this is it. Done. If there's a heaven, you would think they'd let you speak to your son. God. That's rough. That's rough right there. Well, tell her I'm lost. You see, she'd always light a cigarette. We'd talk. I would cough. Exaggerating a little bit so she'd get the point. Trying to get her to stop smoking. Oh, okay. I'd leave a fire up a joint. Okay. Got me back on track. I don't miss her overstepping. Do miss her showing 7 civilian life. Oh, 7 is the name of Andre 3000 and Bodies. Oh, okay. 7. Oh, that makes sense. You see my mom, but whisper her this. The real reason I was geeked up to go to church, must confess, all you grown-ups would be in Bible study. That girl helped me with my homework. Her and I were fucking. You want to go to Bible study? Oh, hell yeah, let's go to Bible study. That's funny. Miss Donda, you see my father, please ask him why he never married. Always smiled, but was he happy inside? I carried my mother's name. Did he carry shame with him? I'm sure she did it out of spite. 'Twas her decision at birth. She probably was hurt. Poor baby. 2 young people with different views. A lot for a young lady. Yep, sure. No coincidence. They both passed away from heart condition. There's a dissidence at play. Dad and mom do hard division. That's good. Good turn of phrase right there. I'm supposed to smile as if God knew that I would be troubled. Keeps me around for what? I don't know. But I do know that it's crucial that we do so pronto. I don't know how much longer though. Cool song. Glad I listened to that one. That's about the most positivity you're going to get from me on that album. Fuck, man. So a week ago or so, I posted up. There was, when I did Jesus and King, there was a comment on the comments about the track order for this to prepare for Donda, what to listen to. It was like, okay, it had a lot of upvotes, a lot of agreement. Okay, and then a week ago, I posted up the playlist I made on Twitter and said, okay, argue over it, and of course, people did. But for the most part, a lot of people agreed with this track order for the Donda experience. And there was one comment I saw, and this doesn't mean anything because I see this almost every week. Like, this is just common, right? People say, it's funny, every album is the best album that's ever made, and it's also mid, and it's also trash. Every album. There's a comment about this album that said, be ready to listen to the most overrated album you've ever heard. And I agree. As much as that's probably going to piss off a lot of Kanye fans. This was disjointed, unfocused, meandering, repetitive, mediocre, nothing stood out. Disappointing. Honestly. That's probably the best word I can use to describe Donda. Disappointing. I go through, like, there's nothing on this album that jumps out and makes me want to go back to it and listen to it, right? Like, almost every week I listen to an album and I go, oh yeah, these two songs for sure, I want to put these on right away again. I'll listen to these again. There's nothing on this album that makes me want to do that. Nothing. It is just, it's so bloated. I don't even know what the album's about. Honestly, like, there's no real theme. It's named after his mom, and there's some references to his mom a little bit. You could call it a religious album, I guess. You could call it a breakup album, I guess. I mean, it's not like every album has to have a theme or a point or, a story or whatever, but this is just all over. And the production is fine. There wasn't really any beat. I mean, there were moments of like, this is great. There was moments where the sound was really good. But overall, the production was just pretty mediocre. It was fine. It didn't grab me. It didn't make me want to skip. Wow. I came into this, once I got back onto Kanye and I listened to Jesus is King and I knew I was going to sit down with Donda, and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'll do Vultures and Vultures 2. But the disparity of praise that I've heard between Donda and Vultures, like when Vultures came out, what was it, March, I think? Honestly, the Kanye stans, you guys, I don't know if you realize or not, but you guys were just reeked of copium. Like, there were so many comments talking about how not good Vultures was and mid, and there's a couple songs that are okay, but it doesn't sound good, and the production's ass and blah. And the stands were just like building this fucking, I don't even know what you would call it, like a fortress of, no, this is great. Kanye's still the best. And it was just like, you guys don't know how bad you sound right now. Like, you're just defending this thing. And I hadn't heard the music. I don't know the music, so I don't know. But just watching the discourse online over that album was pretty incredible. And so if Donda gets as much praise as it does, and Vultures had to be defended as hard as it was, I don't know if I want to listen to Vultures now, man. Like, the biggest problem with Donda for me, this album, is it's not bad. It's not bad. But it's also not great. It's just this flatline, mediocre experience for me. A little bit of up, a little bit of down. Like, a lot of us, when we listen to albums, right, we can think of the highs and the lows, right? And some albums, they're pretty consistent on their highs. Some albums are pretty consistent on their lows. Some swing around. Some albums have some of the best songs you've ever heard, and then there's also a bunch of skips in there, so it's a weird experience for the album. This doesn't even feel like an album. It just feels like a bunch of shit slapped together, and it feels like it's 70% effort, 65% effort. Yeah, that's good enough. That's what it feels like. This whole album feels like good enough, but with no real goal in mind. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I don't know, man. Shit. And it's an hour and 40 minutes. I'm pretty disappointed. And now, you know, again, I don't know anything about Vultures. And I know he's got one. Supposedly, he's working on something by himself. It's going to be called Bully, apparently. I'll believe that when I see it. Both in it actually existing, but also releasing like that. Like, apparently with the way this was released. I know Vultures had some issues as well. But I know now I feel like I know why people are talking about Kanye and the fall off of Kanye. Because this just doesn't even hardly feel like Kanye, honestly. And I don't want to be too harsh. It might be too late for that at this point. But I mean, I know the guy was just going through a shit ton of shit at this point in his life. But there is a very fun irony that's happening for me right now because, you know, I had to put Kanye down for a while because I am not a person that generally does well with separating the art from the artist. It's one of the reasons why I try not to learn about the artists and their personal lives because I don't want to know what the hell they're doing. I want to just hear the music. I just lost my train of thought. I just totally lost my train of thought. But like, all this shit's going on in his life, and so it kind of makes it a mess. But there's no, like, it doesn't translate into anything. Like with other albums, you know, 808s and Heartbreak, Dark Twisted Fantasy, Life of Pablo, all the shit that was, even Ye, Kids See Go, all the shit that was happening in his life translated into this focused point. And here it's the opposite. It's just haphazard. There you go. There's Donda. Here I felt like I was going to be able to make amends with the Kanye fans. And I think I'm going to piss a lot of people off. But, well, there you go. I mean, hopefully, well, it don't matter. Anybody who's mad is going to be mad. What I was going to say is, you know, hopefully you guys can at least appreciate my just being honest. You know, I'm not trying to put on a show and pretend to enjoy everything just to make the fans happy. I wanted this to be good. It's not good. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon, baby.